Immediately choking. Of course, dying on my own spit. Hello there, anyone and everyone of the internet. My name is Loyniel, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. But all in all, why am I... This isn't even green. This is a green... I don't know. Big struggling with whatever the heck my computer considers green. Hey, my name's Loyniel, and today we're going to be doing the same thing we do every stream, where all you have to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. While I do my best to entertain you, my own brand of shit posting, silliness, and shenanigans. Today we're going to be painting in MS Paint as we are regaled by the beauty and wonder of none other than Bob Ross. This is something we've done in the past, haven't done it in a hot minute, but it's something we've done technically. So I think it'll be nice. I think it'll be fun. Something a little different. I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to play. I haven't really... Okay, besides the fact that I've felt like really busy lately. Okay, I've been really busy lately. I was also like kind of unsure of what to play or what to do. Because I've not been wanting to revisit Dead by Daylight as of late. But I, at the same time, have kind of wanted to. Because I want to at least visit it from time to time, and I know some of you really like Dead by Daylight still. Like, for example, Rainbow Dad, he loves playing Dead by Daylight. And it'd be nice to maybe, like, play with you guys from time to time. I feel like that'd be nice.
This is a 1-hour instructional tape designed to take you...
Hey, how's it going, cultist? I hope you're doing good. I'm going to pause this for a second, because I want to say a few things before we get started on listening to this beautiful, beautiful man. I don't know, I've been so busy lately, I've not been sure what I wanted to play. The few times I do get around to playing anything, I've been playing with my friends. So it's usually what my friends want to play. And as of late, like, I kind of want to play Hunt Showdown. Some of my friends have been getting back into Zomboid. Zomboid's super fun, but I feel like, sadly, I feel like Zomboid is like a recurring commitment game, which I like. I enjoy those kinds of games. It's just that I'm so sad that I just do not have like the time or energy for those kinds of game lately. But that's probably why I haven't checked out Stardew Valley. I should probably get back into checking out RimWorld. There's just been a lot. There's been a lot that I just don't like have the energy for. I don't know. I just don't know how to describe it. One of the things I'm a little worried about is like the actual state of the stream, because sometimes I've been so busy balancing like my social life, like non-existent social life, my personal life, my academic life, my love life, like doing so many things that I'm like, wow, is this healthy? Am I doing things at a healthy pace, or am I like spreading myself too thin? Sometimes I'm a little worried about just how much I'm doing. It's good to be busy, but it's not great to be too busy. I haven't really felt terribly. I haven't felt bad. I've just been like a little tired, that's all. And when I look around and see that I'm having like less and less downtime, the time I'm having as of late is more or less just like breathers in between like periods of activity. It's a little weird. It is good to be busy because it keeps the darkness inside from coming out. Because screw venting. You don't need to express yourselves. Just bottle up your emotion. Keep them all inside. They don't need to be outside. Inside is where emotions belong. No, but in all seriousness, it's great to be busy, but it's not great to ignore yourself. Always take time. Take time to do a ponder. Do a ponder, like put your hand on your chin. Do a little glare, do a little ponder into the horizon. But yeah, we're going to be painting along with Bob Ross, so feel free, pull out your canvas. I hope you did your homework. I hope you you went out and got yourself that 2-inch brush, the number 6 fan brush, the liquid white. I hope you're all ready. Now, I'm going to be using MS Paint. I had already set up the exact colors we're going to be using in paint.net. Which is my preferred, like, painting software. But then I remembered that for some reason Paint.net, like, doesn't really have a lot of brushes unless you go ahead and like download them through a plugin or something. And since I didn't go out and do that, I just like wasted a whole bunch of my time setting up the colors for nothing technically. Even though I did save the what's it called? Oh, I can't words. All right, whatever the case may be. I'm gonna go ahead and you know what? I'll open a new window. I'll just start. Let's get them color codes, shall we? So hey, feel free to paint along because we are going to be doing this from start to finish. I am what some would call definitely not, definitely not a painter at all. Like, wow, it's amazing. We're gonna take a little break here as I look up the colors because we're gonna get the exact colors, the exact hex codes for these colors. We're not continuing until we get these colors. So that do be what we're doing. So seriously, feel free to paint alongside us. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. All right, so we already got ourselves some alizarin crimson, baby. Hey, let's go ahead. Let's edit our colors. Let's get our custom colors here. First the hex code. The heck? Ah, oh, paint doesn't even have the hex codes. You're joking. Are you serious? The heck? Ah, it's gonna be horrible. There's no hex code. Ah, fine. We'll just do it with the RGB codes, I guess. RGB codes 227, 38, 54. Wow. Yeah, check out, but hey, today's stream is all about just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. For the main fact that I don't know if I've been burnt out or not lately. I've not been even sure. I've felt like I'm in the process of burning out, but at the same time, I have not really felt that absolute like depression, I guess you could say. At custom colors, here we go. Hey, first colors. Hey, our first color is done. We just got like a few more to go. But honestly, for now, I've just been trying to enjoy life. That's been like my main goal. To enjoy life, to not leave like my responsibilities to one side. Bright red. Go, we got some bright red, baby. Bright red RGB code. We're doing the RGB code. And I'm not exactly sure what to say. Like, there's been so many things I've been wanting to do or say with you guys, but I've not really known how to go about with them. One of the things being 38, 75, 43. 238, 75, 43. There have been like, okay, I've been doing this for 3 years somehow. Somehow I've been doing this for 3 years. And I've never really pondered too deep. That's bright red? How is that bright red? It doesn't look like bright red to me. 238, 75, 43. That's bright red. 238, 75, 43. Yeah, apparently that's bright red. Does not look like bright red, I'll be real. Looks like some other code. But it is what it is. Let's go. We're looking for some cadmium yellow. Let's go. I don't know how many times you guys have taken up hobbies or taken up pastimes or like just general endeavors. I don't know how many times you've begun an endeavor, which is a very ambiguous word. I like it. Not exactly sure of where it's going to lead you. I say this because that's sort of how I started with streaming. When I was little, yeah, this is some cadmium yellow, baby. When I was little, and okay, not that little. When I was a kid, I kind of grew up with YouTube Let's Plays, and I grew up with walkthroughs, and I really just like absolutely loved. I just like really hooked on to seeing people enjoy the same things I enjoyed, but as a community, I guess you could say. I don't know if that has anything to do with the fact that I was an only child, that I grew up like technically all by myself in that sense, that whenever I have always loved to play games. I've always enjoyed playing. Like, outdoor games, indoor games, whatever, video games. I've always liked playing. It's fun to me. I've always had a lot of energy. I have ADHD. I should have a lot of energy in Indiana. And as an only child, I really just had to get all my energy out in creative ways, whether that be actually playing video games, which some people would probably not consider creative, but screw those people. 327. But not having anyone to play with meant that the moment I actually got something that wasn't a Nintendo console, because I grew up with Nintendo, and Nintendo games are like best enjoyed, well, like in the living room or something. Do you have a drawing tablet, or are you gonna use a mouse? I'm gonna use a mouse, my dude. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use a mouse because we're playing on. I've never said meows, so congratulations. You got me to say meows. Yeah, I'm gonna be using a mouse just because it's fun. It's a fun challenge. Midnight Black, baby. So yeah, I grew up without many. I'm gonna say without. I'm not gonna say without many friends, because I always had like some friends at school, and I had friends in the Boy Scouts. So it's not that I didn't have friends. I just didn't really have people to play with at home. So the moment I got my first laptop, I was hooked. I was hooked because that meant I was playing Club Penguin. No, Club Penguin was way before. That was on the family computer type shit. When I was a kid, I grew up with Club Penguin and Toontown and that kind of stuff, and I loved it. But that's besides the point. When I got my first laptop and I got like Plants vs Zombies was fun and all, but when I actually got like Minecraft, when I got like Terraria, when I got Team Fortress 2, I actually had people to play with. Halo Blue. I had people to play with, and they weren't here with me. We were playing together, but we were just like across the internet. 15, and I don't know. That really did something for me. Being able to like play with people. Yeah, wait a minute, I messed this up. Being able to play with people, talk with people, laugh with people. I was like, wow, so this is what I've been missing out on, like multiplayer experiences for years, isn't it? And for a long time, I said, oh yeah, it's probably just because I'm an only child. But I did have friends. I just never invited them over. I've grown up with house shim. There's always a lot of projects around the house that have not been completed. And there's like the house has. I've never really known this house to be in a state that my parents are absolutely proud of. And we don't live in an ugly house at all. It's a nice house. We live in a nice house. It's a comfortable house. The interiors are nice. But my parents have always had like certain dreams and ambitions with the house and certain projects that they've never been able to see to completion. And for that reason, they've never been a big fan of inviting people over. Which also, that includes adults, but it also includes kids. I think I can count on like two hands the amount of times I invited people to my house. And I'm not sure if any of my like IRL friends have ever noticed the fact that I just never invite them over. They probably have. But the fact that I just grew up, okay, no people at home. That means no people playing my games. That means the moment I had games to play with people, I was like, holy shit, so this is what I've been messing out on. 015, 137. No, that's what we just got. So, did we get the Thalo green as well? Let me see. Yeah, we got the Thalo green. Next up, next color, baby. The next color is none other than Prussian blue. So, all this to say, the moment I was able to, like, the games I enjoy and I always have loved, the moment I was able to share video games with other people, dude, my mind freaking exploded. 4983. If you're wondering what we're doing, I'm copying the RGB codes of these colors because I'm going to be using the exact colors that Bob Ross would want us to use. So that's why the video is kind of paused right now, but I'm entertaining you with my tales in the meantime. The Xbox 360 was my intro to online gaming. I played a bunch of games with friends that lived in my neighborhood as well. That's nice. That's really nice. Whenever I played I only really had a few neighbors, like very few neighbors that I ever played video games with. But it was almost always at their house. It was almost always at their house. 8, 125, 42. 125, 42. It was almost always at their house. Sometimes one of my neighbors had like an NES. We played Super Mario World, and we actually like played through it. We did a playthrough of it, like over the course of like several weeks, or I don't know how many times. But like, I would go over. We were like, hey, let's continue playing, and we just like beat a few levels, have a great time, and then eventually we'd have to go back. And the fun we had, because we didn't always like really beat the levels. Sometimes we just like biffed it, and we just absolutely bit the bullet over and over and over and sucked. But it was so fun. For some reason, it was just so fun, like sucking together or winning together, just doing whatever. Titanium white is just pure white. I see, 255. And yep, that do be titanium white. Good job, we got that one. So the moment like I had my first laptop, I started playing online multiplayer games, I was like, wow, I really missed out on this, didn't I? And that was when I realized, yeah, I'd love to be able to like just catch up on what I've missed out on. When I grew up as a kid, playing all by myself, like Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, Pikmin 1, Pikmin 2, Super Mario Sunshine, Wario World, like you name it. I just literally just a few examples, but I've played a bunch of games. I've played a lot of games. But since most of them were single player experiences, and me just, I don't know if it was because I'm just like hyperactive, because I've always been very talkative, I would talk to myself a lot of the times. Like, I would voice all my freaking thoughts when I was playing video games. There was like very few moments, very rare few moments when I was playing video games and I wasn't talking to myself. I would just be playing video games and talking to myself or talking out loud, just like voicing all my thoughts out loud. I don't know if it was me just trying to emulate like the YouTubers I grew up with, or if it was just like something I did naturally. But I just like really loved to talk while I played. And since I was alone, no one really heard me. I guess it was just me and my imaginary friends, because when I was a kid, I also had like an overactive imagination. I don't know how, because I'm not even an artist. I don't really have that much creativity. I have a hard time like visualizing images. But it's not impossible, but it's just a hard time, okay? I don't see them as like concrete in my, they're very transparent. That's all I'm like. If you visualize a cow, my cow is pretty transparent, like very opaque, translucent almost. 188, 124, 37, 188, 124, 37. Last color, baby. 124 and 37. This is what we're going for? 188, 124, 37. Yes. This do be what some would call, what is this? Is this cadmium yellow? It's yellow ochre, apparently. I don't know. I'm not too convinced by these colors. But if this is what... Excuse me? Okay, I almost shat myself. I was like, where'd my custom colors go? Ah! I was about to shit myself, so... how do I do this? Okay, so before I continue just like ranting and podcasting, what year did you get your laptop? My first laptop, I think it was like 12 or 13, was it? It must have been around that time, more or less. I think I was like 12 or 13. I couldn't quite recall. I just use it to play like silly things like Terraria, Minecraft, back when it wasn't like the world's chuggiest game for some reason. To be fair, I do mod the shit out of it, and we use shaders, but nonetheless. Yeah, I think I was like 12. I think I was like 12 or 13 when I got my first laptop. I could check Steam probably. I've had Steam for about as long as I've had a laptop, I think. Can't quite recall though if that's true or not. Anyways, all right, let's set up these custom colors so we can get started with Bob, shall we? All right, add the custom colors. No, wait, shit. Dude, we just cancel. Dude, we just replaced one of the colors. Damn. Shit. What comes after phthalo green? Prussian blue. I think we just yeeted Prussian blue. Yep. You bet we did. We just yeeted Prussian blue out the window. So let's just speedrun this Prussian blue RGB code. What the heck? RGB value is 04983. 04983. There we go. Easy, easy, easy. 04983. Okay, good. Now. Edit color. Oh shit. I have these like all out of order. I want to edit the colors I'm using here. You know what? If we just go one by one, will this like eventually loop back around or what? I'm curious. I am curious. Not exactly sure how this works. Where'd it go? Oh, it just... What the fuck? How does this work? Oh, it bumps them forward. I see, I see. We don't need the titanium white. Technically. Okay, so what do we have here? We've got from... That's not Indian yellow, is it? That is cadmium yellow. I'm not going to remember any of these. Cadmium yellow. Which one is which? You know what? I'm not going to think about that. I just need to know we've got most of them. Worst case scenario. What are we missing right now? Right now, technically, in these colors right here, we're missing, I think, alizarin crimson. Oh no, in the top colors. Curse you, paint, and your absolutely limitedness. What colors here can we stand to replace? To be fair, that yellow is very similar to the basic yellow. Very similar. So I think we can afford to replace that yellow with the alizarin. The alizarin crimson is so freaking similar. Okay, wait. What do we got? We got you. We don't have the titanium white. We have the Van Dyke brown. We've got the what I assume is cadmium yellow. Right? Cadmium yellow is a yellow ochre. Oh, we're not gonna remember any of these. It's gonna be fun when Bob tells us, all right, pull out this color, and I'm not sure what it is. But don't worry about it. Don't think about that too hard. I think I'm missing a few of these. We can bright red, I'll just use the one from the top. Right? Which one's bright red? Bright red looks more like an orange, so you know what? Let's just replace the bright red, I guess. Yeah, bring it over. Add to custom colors. Oh, wait. Shit. What am I doing? Okay. Alright, so I think we're good. I think this is the colors we're gonna need. Quite honestly. Because looking at the colors, we've got our Van Dyke brown, we've got all the unique ones that are very different from the normal ones. Titanium white is basically white. We've got Van Dyke brown, yellow ochre, that's cadmium yellow. Yellow ochre? Yellow ochre. It's yellow ochre. It'll be great. You know what? Let's not worry about this too hard. Whatever Bob tells us to do, we'll go with the flow. Guys, let's get this show over, shall we? Hey, how's it going, Rainbow Dad? It's about time you blessed us with your presence. How you doing? How you doing? And just in case this crashes or something, I don't know. I'm gonna save this already. What's this? What the title of this video is? The Grandeur of Summer. Oh, by the way, if any of you want, like I mentioned before, if you want to follow along, feel free. We're gonna be painting the Grandeur of Summer. The Grandeur of Summer, according to Bob Ross, at the very least. We're gonna be following along. It'll be great. We've done this before, but it's been a hot minute since we did it for sure. So let's get this show on the road, shall we? It was taking like how long did it take us? 20 minutes? I think it took us like 20 minutes to set up those paints. But don't worry about it. We've got our colors. Feel free to follow along. Yeah, all the okay. So I had a train of thought that I was. Oh right, wait a minute. I need to set this up to actually be able to see what I'm doing. If I can't see what I'm doing, all right. It's all in vain. It's all for nothing. So let me fix the image because I know for a fact it's now like pooping itself. There we go, much better. Hey, there we go. There we go. What am I doing? And let's put the music back on just in the meantime, I guess. But yeah, what have you been up to, Rainbow Dad? How are you doing? I've been going through it lately. I've been going through it in the sense that I've been keeping very busy and coming to some conclusions in the sense that I've had to like really think about how I want to go about doing what I do and just for how long I'm going to be able to keep doing it. You know what, I'll leave these as is and then we can just readjust them whenever we need to. Sunflower. Something about that. I don't know. I don't know the words. I'm sorry. I don't know the words. You're not gonna quit streaming? That's a great question. No, I don't want to. Listen. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. We're gonna chat it out. I'm not gonna stop streaming anytime soon. I just wanted to get some things off my chest in the sense that I've been really pondering how to best spread my time, and I really don't want to disregard the time I spend with you guys. And lately, I just feel like I have not been able to spend quality time with you guys. I don't know. I don't know if it's because there have been a lot of moments where I've not been able to stream, and I always feel bad when that happens. But at the same time, I need to be realistic with the fact that I've been like genuinely busy between working as a tutor, between actually studying in college, between the responsibilities I have with my church community, because I've gone to church since I was very little. I grew up in church and I enjoy very much. I don't know what to put this. Not that, not you. Stay still. Now where do I put this? I mean, it seems fine there. But then there's just like a big empty void in the back, isn't there? Alright, time to have a background image or something. Time to have a background image. What background image do I have to offer so that we can fill in the empty void of space? But yeah, today, besides just painting along with Bob Ross, I'm just going to take the stream as an opportunity to just talk to you guys, because I don't know, I feel like I've not been able to talk to you guys lately at all. Period. Like, period. I don't know what time I've been able to spend with you guys, but I feel like it's been non-existent. I feel like it's been almost non-existent. Most of the time I spend with you guys, I feel like it's just been like phoning it in, to say the least. Like, let's just say background, whatever. Background image, here we go. Just like, hey, load up a game, play the game, have a good time. And I know that's usually a great formula. Load up a game, have a good time. But when I stream, the reason I started streaming wasn't so I could play video games, because I will be playing video games all my freaking life. That's never going to change. Whether I'm streaming them or not, I'm always... There we go. That's a nice little background. I'm always going to be playing video games. However, the reason I decided to stream was because... And I was actually kind of going on about that recently. Not recently, earlier, before you arrived. I was talking about that with our... Okay, we should be good. You should be able to see everything perfectly.
Welcome back.
Sure, kind of. Define perfect.
Ready to do a fantastic painting.
Hey, Bob, let's do this.
Tell you what, though, before we get started,
What do you mean?
take just a moment
What else?
and talk a little bit about the equipment that we're going to be using.
Oh, okay, he's going to be telling us about the stuff.
Main two brushes that
I guess I'll turn on the closed captions.
here, 2 inch,
Just in case someone
1 inch
wants it.
natural.
You started streaming because you love the bullying one. Okay, besides me being a masochist and just absolutely enjoying the chaos that you guys have injected into my life.
Nylon polyester.
You guys have absolutely injected some chaos into my life that I never really expected. I didn't even know I ever desired, because when the dynamic I've usually had with my friends ever since I was young, I like to mess around with my friends. I've always liked to just like teasing. Teasing's always been my thing. Like, I like calling each other names, just like being kind of sarcastic. I've always enjoyed it, but I've never really enjoyed it to a hostile degree. I've never really liked just shitting on my friends just out of shitting, just for shitting on them. It's always been like just like a playful, chaotic thing. And the moment I started streaming, and then I see people interact with me in a similar sense in which I've interacted with my friends for a long time, and I don't mean people in general because we've had a lot of shitheads on stream. What I mean is when I started noticing like either I attracted or we attracted or you like gravitated towards just like agents of chaos, I guess you should say. I like the word I like to use for you guys. I found that so fascinating. I was like, wow, the way I've always liked to interact with my friends in person, the people I bond with, it's fascinating how I feel like I've been able to attract that kind of people, like silly people who love to just absolutely dunk on each other, but it comes from a place of love, not from a place of enjoying harm. And that's kind of what really amazed me about keeping the stream going. I was never really sure what to expect. Like, I can't really talk about my experience at the start of the stream anymore because it's been 3 years. But I low-key remember that when I first started streaming, I was always so nervous. I was always so nervous about actually like pressing play and going live because I don't know what it was. I don't know if I was afraid of being judged. I don't know. It was because I was just gonna have strangers observing me. I could actually feel you guys looking through the camera. I don't know what it was. And like every time I was live, I was actually super conscious about the way I talked, the way I behaved, the things I did. And then over time, when I started like attracting people like Sordom, Elvin, Rainbow Dad, Truly, more recently Cheshire Kingpin Cheshire. Why do I always invert it? Not one cultist or not one furry. And the people who've actually come and gone over the years, like Cat Fox is always going to be our most famous example. We've got actual content who just like comes by whenever he can, which is very rare at this point. All these people who had like very different personalities, but all clicked in this very unique way, was super curious. Was very curious. I was like, wow, this is that like every time we had a new personality like kind of pop by the stream, just like click with the way we were interacting, enjoy the chill ambiance, really just like enjoy the space for what it was, not expecting anything, but like really just like partaking of a space on the internet. Like, I don't know, just like saying we carved out a little chunk of chaos. But not even chaos. I love to say chaos, but technically we aren't even the most chaotic stream out there. This is a very chill stream by many standards. The chaos really stems from the way we interact, you and I. But okay, yeah, I'm not gonna paint the canvas white, Bob. I'm way ahead of you. But I've always really been happy interacting with you guys because I was talking earlier about how I grew up an only child. And my parents, we've always been happy with the house we have, but there's been a lot of projects that we've dreamed of or that my parents have wanted that haven't really seen completion. That has like kind of left a sour taste in their mouth when it comes to having visitors over. So I low-key have house shame, not because I'm ashamed of my house. I love my house, but because I'm not used to it. I do not have the practice of inviting people. I do not invite people often. And or at least actively. Passively, if family wants to come over, we'll have them over, sure. Oh, I don't feel like it's very common for us to actually invite people home. I don't really invite people to my house. So I grew up not playing video games with many people. And when I actually got a laptop for the first time when I was like, I don't know, 11, 12 years old, I can't remember at this point, and I actually started playing online games, playing multiplayer games, it blew my mind. I was like, oh, holy shit. And after I had like grown up talking to myself, spending time with myself, just like absolutely vibing, I guess, like all by myself, I have house shame. That's why I have no cam. I hear you, man. And there's nothing wrong with having house shame. It's not intrinsically bad. It's just a little sad because it'd be nice to be able to share the spaces we inhabit with people we care about. So I'm not going to say there's anything inherently wrong with having house shame, but I do feel like it's something we should have to work on, because we shouldn't have to neglect our desire to spend time with people, or our desire to share our spaces with people, just because we're not exactly too proud of the spaces we inhabit. Phthalo blue. Which one was it? This one. This is the... Nope, that's not it. Come on. There we go. This is the phthalo blue. I'm not exactly sure what brush we want to go with here, but we'll make it work. Long story short, the reason I started streaming was not to play video games, because I've always done that, and I always will. But I've always really enjoyed sharing the experience I love. Wow, just like actually sharing video games with people. Actually playing with other people. Now that really made me happy. Like, wow. Why does his phthalo blue look so much less blue than mine? What the heck? No, more blue. My blue looks way bluer than his. His phthalo is like really bright. What the heck's going on in there? What the heck's going on with that phthalo, Bob? What you doing with that thing? We want to imitate this. You know, this looks more like the blue he's using than the one I'm using. What the heck, Bob? What the heck, Bob? Let's, like little crayons. Yeah, let's use a little crayon thing before I continue rambling about my life and my current status of life and living. Some areas of this sky are darker than others, and I kind of want to capture that. Don't want to like completely overwhelm this. You know what? Screw this. Oops, not that far. Is he using the phthalo green? That doesn't look green. Nah, he's still using the blue. He's still using the blue. All right, there we go. Now this is the way we're doing it. Feel free to hop along for the ride. Oh, that because he puts liquid white on first. Well, poop. Fine. You want me to paint this white? Do you think it's gonna make a difference? I don't know. Let me just paint bucket this. All right, we paint bucket it. I really don't know. I don't think it'll make a difference. This is not that advanced, but we'll make it. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it definitely did not make a difference, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Oh, if I used a bigger... No, what was it? I remember there was a way. There was a way of having this be less intense. Yeah, whatever. No, Bob, we're using all the same brush here. Listen, you are asking for a lot from a guy who's painting with his mouse, okay? I'm gonna need you to, like, be less judgy, Bob. Now, what am I talking about? Let me not disrespect the master. The master of vibes. Bob Ross was really a jam. I did not grow up with Bob. Like I said, I'm not a painter. I'm not a creative person, like, particularly. But when I was little, I grew up a lot in my grandparents' house because both of my parents worked. So my mom would very early in the morning drop me off at home, drop me off at grandma's, and then like in the early afternoon would pick me up after she got out of work. And one of my aunts, before she got married when I was very young, lived at grandma's house, and she is a painter. She is an artist, like an overall artisan. She is awesome. She really makes some really awesome things. And okay, we need to leave like a trail of white near the middle, like a noticeable trail of white. So let's not touch that center place. Grind in the paint. What, Bob? What are you going on about? What are you saying? I hope you guys are trying this at home. And if not, that's okay. When have I ever not been the leading fool of this circus? The absolute bozo. Some of these areas are definitely darker than others. Bob really nails it in a very curious way, that's for sure. Let's add some phthalo blue. Dude, I don't know how to... We can't add this phthalo blue without, like, really ruining it, huh? It's fine. We'll get to the clouds soon, Bob. I'm not satisfied with my sky as of yet. Can't believe you're already adding clouds. This man is on a whole nother level. Fine, I'll add a cloud. Do we make the cloud in a different brush? No. Maybe. I'll think about it.
You have one beautiful little cloud.
Let's see.
Maybe we'll
Everyone deserves a friend. Oh yeah, maybe this will work.
cloud in here. Maybe this other cloud. Maybe he lives right over here. Same thing.
Is this a cloud?
Little circles.
Is this a cloud? I don't know. I'm not satisfied with this. You know what? I'm gonna stop undoing these things. Let's just go with it. Let's just do what Bob would have wanted us to do,
Put a cloud where I do.
and just do our best. Because sometimes I think we are our own impediment towards like actually trying new things or experimenting with new techniques or just hobbies.
Ain't that easy?
Because we always want to be awesome at something immediately. I know I do. I do not like doing things if I'm not awesome at them.
Fan brush.
Unless I'm having fun.
I just have some paper towels over
Having fun really tends to be like my motto for a lot of cases, but I wonder if I've ever like forgotten that and just tossed it over the wayside. There must have been several occasions in which I just like forgot about the fun I should have been having and just focused on the results I desired to have instead of the ones I probably should have had.
a bit of midnight black.
Anyways, at the start of the stream, the reason I didn't want to play a game today. Not because no gaming allowed, but because lately, I don't know, I've been a little burnt out. I've been a little burnt out. I don't know if I should say on gaming, but I think it's just that I've been really busy as of late. And I haven't known how to handle it besides just like working. Like not working literally, but like actually doing the things I'm supposed to do. I just like been doing my tutoring. I've been doing I need to bring the sky down a lot more. Let's bring the sky down. Let's bring the sky down.
Floats around in the clouds. Push very
We need these two to meet. We need you to meet up. Have yourself a good time.
right in.
Did this dude make like a sun, a light, a round light at the center? Because I might have biffed that.
See, there's one.
Oh, dude, he's adding mountains. He's adding mountains. Dude, I just barely made these places meet in the middle and he's adding mountains. Okay. Sure, Bob.
Scrape off
Sure, Bob.
this paint. Just really get in there and scrape hard.
Alright, fine. We're adding some mountains, guys.
Thing we're worried about.
With our midnight black.
We could care less.
How am I adding these mountains?
Now then,
Oh, that's exactly how we're adding them.
I want to grab this. And because of the liquid white, the canvas is wet. You can pull this and move it. And just move it. Remember, if you can see the entire mountain, it's always more distinct at the top than it is at the bottom. And by doing this, that will happen automatically. Just like so. See, just let it sort of float off in the sky.
Alright, Bob, whatever you say. I trust the process, Bob. I don't trust the artist in control right now, which is me. But I'll trust the process.
Maybe there's some snow on that little mountain, so we can take some titanium white and once again pull it out as flat as you can get it. Just really pull it out.
Alright. But he's gonna start with the titanium white. Wait a minute, Bob. You're going too fast.
Tiny little roll of paint. Let's go.
Here we go.
Okay, now then, right along in here. Take the point of the knife, put it right up at the top of the mountain. No pressure. Just let it.
Did you say no pressure, Bob? Oh my god.
Just let it float right
The amount of pressure
down there.
that painting with you causes is insane.
See, follow the angles in your mountain.
Follow the angles.
Absolutely no pressure.
No pressure. Fine, I'll have no pressure. I'll stop pressuring myself. I think overthinking it also ends up killing a lot of our projects and passions, doesn't it?
Create all these beautiful little
We really love like taking absolute control of the things we do. Why don't we just enjoy them?
for the light to come from the right side. Normally easier.
How do I fill this in?
Very delicate touch though.
There we go. That's how we're doing it. That's how we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it.
This is a time when the
We're bringing it. We're bringing it. We're bringing it back. We're bringing it. We're bringing it. We're bringing it back.
little knife and get
Fireball. Alright, sorry, I don't know. I'm letting my ADHD do most of the. I'm letting my ADHD do its thing right now.
they both have the straight edges and they work very
Oh, dude really hammed it up with those mountains, huh?
This is a little phthalo.
Look at that shit. I'm still like filling in the black. I probably shouldn't worry about it too much, shouldn't I? Alright, let's add some white to the mountain. But I'm doing the spray paint. We're doing the spray paint in a masterful way.
Once again, we have that small roll of paint right out on the edge of the knife, so you can see it's right on the end. There you go. Now then, decide which peaks farthest away. If this one's in the background, put a shadow behind this one first. Just a little tiny shadow. Then a shadow here. Let it come down distinctly through. See there? Distinctly through.
How are you being so distinct with this, Bob? This man,
Pressure.
absolute artist. I don't feel the way this guy's feeling.
Canvas is that little tiny roll of paint.
The fact that you can have such massive talent and still have a wonderful, beautiful heart is fascinating.
It won't come out and play with you. It'll just leave you.
There we go. Am I satisfied with this mountain? I'll be real with you, I'm not. But maybe it'll take shape at some point.
Sometimes it's
Maybe Bob's cooking something that I'm not seeing.
to play some games.
Maybe I just need to trust the process.
I'm going to tap the base of this.
Is that so hard, though?
I want to create mist.
Angles? Excuse me.
Now lift upward very softly. 3 hairs and some air over here. Follow these angles. Lift, blend. See, it just softens that son of a gun right down there.
It really does. I guess, I think, I don't know. I'm not sure what you're doing, Bob.
You can change your mind. Now maybe there's a peak that lives right here.
Using the pencil. Maybe the pencil will give this the definition I'm looking for.
And then bringing a line distinctly down.
I don't know, Bob. I don't know what you're doing here. I don't know if I'm doing it right.
Is the only thing that separates those.
Doesn't really feel right, Bob.
Cherish it. It's your good friend.
Okay, but never mind. I'll cherish it. Cherish it.
Take this anywhere you want.
Cherish it.
Anywhere you want.
Just cherish it.
But notice
Whatever
all
you
the
say,
beads
Bob.
of highlight or light color are in the same basic direction. Same basic direction.
I'll trust your process, Bob. I'll trust you.
Angle coming through here. Sing. Pretend you're a sunbeam just wandering around here and having fun. Okay, now we need a shadow back here. Everywhere there's a highlight, we have to have a shadow. Just a little shadow.
Just trying to add like this little foggy effect, I guess.
A shadow lives right back here. See how that pops right out? Becomes your friend.
Becomes my friend. Pops right out.
A few little rules.
Alright, Bob.
Mountain
Trust your process.
shapes. Highlight.
Technically, everything's just geometric shapes. Never mind. I'm a liar. What are geometric shapes?
Ones you've ever seen.
No, don't do that.
What's great for practice and you get to give you experience is just take a canvas and start at the top, paint mountains from top to bottom.
From top to bottom?
More, it's a super way to practice.
Alright, there's a huge chunk of white in the middle of this.
Blends with the knife.
We need to bring up the blue.
Following those
Let's bring up the blue while Bob
you want to save that.
keeps working his magic.
That's a distinct line that separates these two entities. Save that.
Distinct line. Oh, at least we have that clear.
Whisper light. You don't want to destroy, you just want to diffuse.
You don't want to destroy, you just want to diffuse. Wow.
It's a distinct line that you need.
Okay, Bob. I'm trusting you.
Blend. And you've got one very effective, yet very easy little mountain, and I knew you could do it. Tell you what,
Bob, your mountain looks better than mine.
live right in here. For that,
What if I had like another white stroke?
color.
Like a little white stroke.
We had this mountain color. That was just some Prussian blue and some midnight black. We'll put some Van Dyke brown, alizarin crimson. Just a little touch of sap green. Don't want too much sap green. I'm gonna reach over here and find some white. And let's see what we got here. You got to put a little white with it to know what you have. It's very difficult.
How are you doing this, Bob?
A little more blue in there. Oh yeah. Just sort of play with the color till it gets like you want it. I'm looking for a color that
How are you doing
is
this,
sort of a
man?
bluish gray, maybe with the least little hint of green. It's too far away to have much green. Okay, then we can lift it up.
I'm still reeling from the clouds. The clouds are very uncloudy.
Tell you what, let's do. Let's use a 1-inch brush.
Certainly
And
clouds,
just go right into that.
if I've ever seen clouds.
Pull it through, just to load a little paint on it. Like so, just like so. Okay, let's go up to the canvas.
These are
I have to make a big decision.
certainly
Where do
clouds.
little foothills live? Maybe let's start right in here. Maybe
How do we do this, Bob? How do we save
Here
this?
they come, right?
How do we save this?
Here they come.
Oh my god, what? With the Van Dyke Brown? For real?
And just sort of pull it straight down.
How you doing this? How you doing this?
Turn it over and use the other corner. If one
How you doing this?
gets empty, you can turn it over. Just pull straight down.
How you doing this?
But very important here. See this little misty area right in here? You want to save that mist that's between the foothill and the mountain. If you
Okay,
have a
understood.
misty area, these foothills are going to look like they're right up against the mountain.
Understood.
You don't want that.
I don't think I understood, but whatever. I'll believe.
Time to wash your brush. I've put off washing the brushes till I'm about to run out. Give them a good shake.
Not sure what we're making here, Bob.
Just beat the devil out of it. Now, I want to create mist at the base of this foothill. So,
Uh,
here,
So this is like a hill?
and pay attention. Pay
Shit.
attention here.
Thought I was.
This foothill is going to sort of be coming down this way.
I thought I was paying attention.
Just like so.
Maybe I'm not. Oh no. Oh no.
There we go.
Bob, I'm doing my best.
Soft that makes the base of that little son of a gun.
I'm really trying. I don't know if I'm managing what you're putting. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Gentle, gentle, gentle. All right. Now then, maybe we'll put one coming down this way. Same color, only darker. Same color, only darker. So, as things get closer to you in the landscape, they should get darker in value.
Darker is closer.
Little darker
Got
in
it.
value as they get closer.
So,
And you just
damn,
mix the
that
colors
comes
with the brush.
straight back to what Cultist was saying about just keeping the darkness inside. The closer it is, the darker it is.
Away, okay?
Bob, you're a genius.
Maybe this one lives right along in here somewhere.
Bob, help,
Goes.
help, help me, Bob, help.
There he goes.
Can I brighten this a little?
So it'll stand out. Now sometimes you want to make something that looks like a little individual tree. You can just take a brush and turn it on the ends.
We have highlights.
And it makes
No, we don't have a highlighter.
distinct things.
No, it's not gonna work like that.
Effect that you want to achieve. Maybe this comes right on down. You just sort of have
We
to
just
make
wanted a
some
little
side.
there. You want me to make a big decision now?
There. It's that easy though.
Now. Fine.
And I'll show you something that's fun here.
We need this to be darker.
I decided here,
You.
maybe there's a little separation, and this one comes right on down here. See, you can sort of pull them apart and make more.
And I'm not using the
easy.
technically correct color, but
And you just take
this ain't the time for technical corrections. This is the time for action.
not a super way though, just to make some happy little foothills that live back here in the distance.
What are foothills?
Maybe over here this
No,
way.
I know what foothills are. I'm just panicking.
I don't know.
You know what? This is the part of the stream where I'm gonna shut up for a little while.
Whatever you think, you just put them in.
There's a lot of things I want to talk about. I feel like there's so much that's been like on my mind and on my plate.
Change brush.
I've not been able to spend enough quality time with you guys. And I worry sometimes because there's times where I'm just so busy
Wherever you think it should go.
that I'm like, do I really have time to stream? Should I continue streaming?
Don't want to destroy this.
I need to work, earn my money, I need to study, get my bachelor's, I need to continue like
so.
participating in my like spiritual community. It's something that enriches me, fulfills me.
Lift straight up.
How can I balance all these things? Sometimes I feel like I don't have like the energy, the time. But then
Straight up.
every time I spend time with you guys, it feels right. It feels beautiful and wonderful.
Lean it to the side and lift.
You guys seem happy.
Little trees far
And you also make me happy. There's a happiness that's shared and mutual.
not to blow 'em away.
And I really do want to make people happier with my life.
There, straight
I'm
up.
not particularly sure what my exact purpose is
There we go.
yet. But I do hope it's to bless people.
Splendid.
I do want to be able to just bless people. In any way, shape, or form. Life is hard as hell.
Okay.
And I kind of want to be able to just like
Some happy little foothills. And they're that easy.
make people's lives easier. Or funner.
There it is.
Or like, I don't know, in some way, shape, or form, I do want to bless people's lives.
Brush, you
But I'm not exactly sure what form that's going to take yet.
Mine's the second thing to go.
What? What do you mean, Bob?
Some of that dark color. Use some black.
How are you going to drop something like that and then just not elaborate?
Very, very dark. Black, blue. We'll get
Whoa,
some
this is gonna...
sap green.
Yours looks better than his? Ugh!
This should
You're very
be
funny.
black. It should be piece.
You're very funny. You're funny. You're funny.
See? Wiggle it.
Ah.
And then
See, I
sharpen it.
appreciate that kind of support.
Bring the brush to a
Absolutely
super
feeding into my
sharp
delusions.
chisel edge.
Chisel edge. Oh no.
Super sharp edge. There you can see it. It's
God, I'm
very
gonna develop carpal tunnel from this. I can already tell.
There's so much pain in there. It's literally just stuck the bristles together. Okay, now then.
All right,
Maybe back in here.
Bob, how are you gonna pull this through?
Evergreens that live.
How are we gonna make
The
this
only way
work?
to make these show is to save this little misty area. So touch it with just that nice chisel edge.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what we're doing.
Don't
I'm-
kill that little misty area.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, man.
And every so often, reload your brush to bring it back to a nice sharp edge. And you can begin dropping in all kinds of just happy little distant trees. We're not looking for distinct shape yet. They're too far away still.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, Bob.
Closer, then we'll worry about individual.
I'm picking it up.
All we're trying to do.
Oh yeah, this is it. This is what he wanted. This is what he would have wanted.
Just sort of tap.
These are trees. You can't see the process, but I see it. I see it.
A lot of trees.
Oh God.
Get them too far apart. Let's just do some here. See if you put them like this, very rapidly they're going to look like telephone poles or a fence post.
I'm not sure
If that happens,
what I'm going for here.
put some more in there. Just means you don't have quite enough. Not quite enough.
I don't think I am correctly following the proportions of this painting, but you know what?
Wander out here.
This is what Bob would have wanted. He would have just wanted me to do my best.
Bigger out here and smaller toward the center. It'll create the illusion of a little pond here. You'll see what I mean in just a second. But so
How are you doing this, Bob?
the outside edges, and it makes a wonderful effect.
All right, we're busting out the spray paint.
Make you happy, and if you're interested in selling paintings, that's what'll sell them.
Yeah, see that effect? See what we just did here?
Have water,
Ah, you didn't trust my process, did you?
just happy little reflections.
You really didn't trust my process, huh?
There we go.
You really thought I was bullshitting you, huh?
When you're painting,
You might not still see what I'm doing here, but
planes you have in a
trust
painting,
Bob.
the
If you
more
don't trust anyone, trust Bob.
that you'll have, your painting will look deeper. So come right up here a minute. Look up close. Let me show you. Look at all the planes that we have here. This one right here, where these dark trees, and then this one, another one.
Look at those
Have
planes.
several different planes in the mountain. Now, if you can zoom back a little bit and take a look, see, when you look at all these planes independently, look at the, right there, look at the depth that
Trust-
you're at already.
Trust his
And it's
planes.
only because of all of these various planes in your painting.
Yeah, trust the planes.
That's what'll make a happy bug.
A
Now,
happy bug.
let's create some reflections right here. Let's take 2-inch brush, decide where you want reflections to be, grab and pull straight down. Because these trees are short, just have short reflections here as you work outward. Let them get a little longer.
All right.
Trees are a little taller.
All right, he's pulling out some forbidden shit. But let me just put some finishing touches on this,
Just pull straight down.
and we'll catch up with whatever nonsense he's pulling out of his sleeves.
Isn't that a super easy, nice way to make fantastic reflections? And
How you doing this, Bob?
You can do it
Bob,
very lightly.
but please,
Lightly.
please, Bob,
Straight across.
please. Please. Look at the children.
And instant reflections. Show you another little trick. This is fun. Maybe you want to create.
All right, he's pulling some nonsense. Sorry, paintbrush him.
Taking a little. Doesn't matter as long as it's a light color.
Nope, you gotta go thick.
Or just whatever happens.
You gotta go
to the palette.
thick for this one.
Watch right in here. Maybe you want to show another little plane. Touch here with a fan brush and lift upward. It'll make it look like little tree trunks far away.
How are you gonna do
It
this?
also begins creating the illusion of another plane in the painting. See it? Looks like a little bank back here. And it also looks like little tree trunks. Hundreds of little tree
How
trunks.
am I doing this? Still pondering, still figuring out how we're gonna do this, but we'll do it.
The better it'll look, the more planes that you have in your painting. Now, if you get one here that you don't like or it's too bright, all you have to do is work it in, and all that dark color back there will eat it up. let's build a little water line. For that, I'm going to take
Oh no, he cuts it in half. That's how he does it. Shit. Bob, how did you do this?
Just pull it out and then lightly cut across. That's all there is to it. See, there's a little bit of paint right up on the top here. Okay, now go up here, use a firm pressure, and all we're going to do is
I'm gonna do it. Don't worry. I'm a little lost, but I'll make it work. I'll make it work.
basically straight.
Basically straight. What?
Just cut in a happy little water line.
Do or do not?
Wherever you think
There's no try?
wherever they should be. There we go. Okay.
How are you pulling out?
Look at that.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'll make it work just for you.
Do it.
Alright, now we need the hard line.
You can do it. See, now if you
The white lines?
around the water,
Hey, yo!
Idea cookie.
Hey, Truly! How's it going, buddy? How you doing? Yep. Hey, I don't know. Like, honestly, I can tell you're Puerto Rican. Because most people call it a freaking bird. Most people can't tell what they're listening to in the background of my freaking audios.
I'm putting some foreground in here.
But yes,
Let's
it indeed do be the cookie.
Prussian blue.
Can't believe, like, my backyard is really noisy
Oh,
for some reason.
crimson. Sap.
How am I doing this, Bob? How do I save
You
this?
have. Shoot, just drop it in there. Dark colors.
Bob!
Colors.
Bob! Help me, Bob! How you doing, Truly? What have you been up to lately, man? Haven't heard, like, at all from you. Very little.
Tell you
I know you're close to graduation, though. That makes me happy. Good for you, man.
Shoot, we'll just use an old 2-inch
Good for you.
brush. You could do this with a fan brush, 1-inch brush. It doesn't matter. I'll use a 2-inch.
He's using the 2-inch.
See, wiggle it. Other
I really don't know how to create this water effect, Bob, but I'll trust your process.
You need a lot of paint in the bristles, just like with a 1-inch brush, to bring
I'll trust your process.
chisel edge. Wiggle it. That loads the brushes. The bristles, I mean, loads the bristles. And by wiggling,
He's wiggling.
it pulls the paint toward the end.
What
of
am I
the
doing?
bristles,
I don't know what I'm doing. I think
just like you would have.
there's no recovering from this.
Look at
But we'll make it work. We'll make it work somehow.
Look at that.
Listen,
Super sharp. Now
it's a little bit of a thinker, but
let's decide
nothing too
who's a
terrible.
Happy tree, evergreen tree. He lives right there. Start with just touching the canvas. Use just the corner of the brush, just the corner.
I'm still thinking about what to do with my life, Bob.
Slightly downward. See there? Look at that. Isn't that a nice little tree? And he lives right here in this brush. All you have to do is sort of push him out. Each time you start a new evergreen, reload the brush to a nice sharp chisel edge. Go through the same procedure. Let's have another one. Maybe he lives right there. Just make a decision and drop him in.
Alright, we're doing trees now.
Where you want him.
We're doing trees now. Okay, I kind of remember this process. I can do this. You guys think the trees are going to come out real bad? No, you don't.
Get asked quite frequently.
Trust.
Decide I don't like him. Or maybe I'll make him taller.
Wait.
Watch here. Watch here.
Oh man, how are we going to make
Let's
this
say, well, I hate to make
tree more distinct from this other color?
It's a good tree.
Uh,
Tree taller. All you have to do is touch
hmm.
and come right back over the top of him.
Let's use the green. We'll use the green. It'll be fine.
See here? And you just paint a bigger tree right over the top. We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
We don't make mistakes.
You have a brand new,
Just happy accident.
beautiful tree. That easy.
All right, Bob.
Tell you what, let's do. Let's have
I'll trust what you're putting down.
Bring the brush back to a chisel edge.
All right, the bottom needs to be very dark.
Nice and sharp. Okay.
Leave
God
it-
damn.
Jesus. Jesus.
Oh my god, what is that?
Jesus.
Top of the canvas.
You scared me.
Oh my god! What is that?
Practice using a big brush.
You scared me, you silly bastard.
Beautiful little evergreens.
You got me.
This might be my favorite brush to do this with. It's so much fun. So often we avoid this brush because it's big, but it'll do some of the most beautiful little delicate things.
Yeah, you weren't trusting my process, huh? You can see this tree.
Just
You can see it. You can visualize it.
the corner.
Ah, you thought you would not.
Work down the tree.
You thought this was going to remain an abstract concept. Ah.
The corner.
Bing, boom, ba, ba, bam, ba,
I'm
ba,
exaggerating
ba.
this. You can see down.
I trust the process, baby.
leaf trees in
Trust the process.
So pull the brush in one direction through the paint.
One direction.
One direction. Load it full of color. One direction. This is the same old dark color. Really pull it. Pull it. By pulling it in one direction, it'll generate a...
Here to... Okay, yes, a lot going on now. Possibly getting a tech job. Hey, that's awesome. Hopefully getting to college soon and doing software engineering. Dude, engineering is rough. But I wish you nothing but the best. Computer programming, software engineering. It can be very, very, very satisfying if you actually pick up what they're putting down. Otherwise, it is a very difficult process to get into, but not impossible. And once you get into it, like you're basically set for life in terms of jobs.
Where does this live?
Hey, David, it's good to have you here. Warrior on Netflix slaps so hard.
Like so.
I'm glad you've been able to keep watching series and whatnot. I really haven't had that much of a break lately. I watched Freerun recently, but afterwards, not been able to check out anything else.
Let's go over here. Maybe on this side. Maybe this.
All right, this is gonna be the tree of the people.
So we don't have
The
to
people's
separate them
tree.
yet. We separate them with highlights.
Come on.
Right now, all we need are just basic shapes.
That's all right, Bob. I'll trust you.
Bend that brush up. And when you do it,
I'll
don't let it
trust you.
slide like that. See the difference? You get those.
Don't let it slide. Don't let it slide. Listen, you're not too late, guys. You're not too late to follow along. Just like speedrun, the process that we've been doing for the past like 50 minutes. It'll be fine.
Wherever you want.
It'll be okay.
You can begin filling all that in.
It'll be okay.
Good place to practice bushes and stuff right in
You might think I'm being crazy. What I'm doing right now seems deluded, but no. Trust. Why are you bonking me? Trust the process.
Locked in. That easy. Maybe nice individual bush lives right there. Okay. Now then, let's make a few trees.
You might think I'm ruining it with what I'm doing here, but no, trust. Trust.
Take a little of the dark sienna.
Now we're gonna go back to the phthalo green and we're gonna brush over it again.
Just pull it out very flat.
Oh yeah.
Don't overmix.
Oh yeah, you thought I was being crazy.
Cut across.
They called me a madman.
Various colors will be in that little roll out here. It's all there. See there? Okay. Now then, we'll go right up in
They
here.
called me a madman.
Allow the canvas to pull off what it wants. Give it just a least little pull to the side, and you can put in just a happy little tree trunk wherever you want them. That easy. Maybe in this big tree over here.
Oh, we need more trees. Ah, I just looked over. He's adding so many trees. All right, fine, Madison. I get it. More trees. That's what you want. More bushes. Ah! All right. You're right. Oh, dude, wait a minute. He just pulled out some forbidden nonsense. What do you do? How do you do that?
Another thing.
Whoop.
Just take a
Nope,
clean
not
knife.
like that. Not with that color. Wrong color. How's he doing this?
Delicate sticks.
You doing it, Bob? How you doing it?
People will think you work doing this with a little one-haired brush. Think you want them to be wider, stronger. Turn the knife.
I don't know why I keep making the sound effect. The sound effect is important.
You can put
God,
you want. Just
I
do this.
just trying to paint. Why are you doing this to me? I just trying to paint. This is what Bob would have wanted. Leave me alone.
Here and there.
Leave me alone.
Okay.
Akira. Ooh.
Let's have some reflections. Take the big brush. Decide where you want.
Streaming is 50% just understanding that the people just want to be able to torture you. They just want to see a monkey dance.
It's still wet. It stays wet for several days on a good canvas, and the paint will move.
All right, Bob, I'll catch up.
You can turn what was
Don't worry about me, Bob.
into reflections.
I'll catch up.
Easy. Then go lightly across.
I'll
Not
catch
trying to
up.
be mean, but you did awful.
Let's begin putting some highlights in all these things. We'll go right into a touch of the liquid white into yellow.
Wow, I was suspecting it at first, but yeah, we really did like mess with the symmetry of this, huh?
Maybe add a little black.
We really, not symmetry, that's not the word, the proportions. The proportions of this are a little scuffed,
Beautiful green. I'm looking for a dark green color here. Dark,
but it's okay. We'll make it work. I'll make it look like a river.
sharp,
I'll make it look like a river, I promise. I promise. Just trust the process, guys.
I want to highlight
You might be a little confused as to what you're looking at. You might think, hey, I should probably... No, you might think, what is happening? And what just... Oh,
What
shit.
is happening?
Oh, I did this the
One.
wrong way. I was like, oh, Bob, listen, I don't know how I'm going to make this look, the foreground trees look different from the background trees, so I did with the green. But now he's adding the green that we used for the foreground. Ah! Hey, Ahmed, thank you so much for the resubscription. The goal behind today's stream was honestly to just create a chill little... Oh, wait, we have another green. Let's go, baby. It's not ruined. It's not ruined at all. We can come back from this. Just use the green on your green. Hey, I heard you like green, so I put some green on your green. So you can have a whole lot of green now.
paint won't come off your brush.
Alvin, thank you so much for the subscription. You really don't have to do these things. I've told you guys several times. I think I should probably just stop telling you at this point because I don't think you care. At the fact that I just really enjoy your presence. And being able to have a positive influence in your life at some sort. Whether it be causing you a chuckle when you cause me torture and bring chaos to the stream. Or just providing a chill space where you can lurk and have me as background noise because I just cause you that sort of brain tingle. Whatever the case may be, these trees are taking shape and you doubted me! No, I'm joking.
And just a touch
I've been really busy as of late and I feel like I haven't been able to spend quality time with you guys and it makes me sad sometimes. Because I am really not a big fan of doing something and doing it wrong. And I've been very afraid that being studying in college, thinking about my future job prospects, working as a tutor, participating in my local community. I've just been afraid of like really spreading myself way too thin. And lately I've been a little burnt out on like video games, so maybe that's why I've just been playing a little bit of everything and not really starting any playthroughs, or maybe I've just been like having like productivity guilt, I guess you could say, where if you're not like doing the things you should be doing, that you really feel bad about it and can't really enjoy it that much. I don't know what you can call it whatever you want, but how do I fix this river? There's no fixing. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to fix, baby!
you have to do. But think about limbs that are projecting towards you. They're not just all going out this side.
There's nothing to fix.
And don't just hit it random.
There's nothing to fix.
Get a feel for it. One
There's a
day
little to
you do
fix.
it.
There's like a little bit to
Take some time
fix.
And go out in your yard or go out in the woods and study trees.
Just a tiny bit to fix, just like very little.
Talk to
So yeah, long story short, lately I really feel like I've not had much energy left over in between the little time I've had.
gives it personality.
And sometimes I'm afraid that I don't have energy left for streaming when I do really enjoy streaming. I enjoy spending time with you guys and I enjoy being able to bring you some modicum of happiness.
Right there.
So keep in mind, I do not plan on stopping the stream anytime soon, but there are times where I do ponder whether like this is a sustainable hobby between all the other things I'm balancing in life. And sometimes I'm worried whether I'm actually able to balance it between all other aspects of my life. So I really don't want to stop streaming if I don't have to, because I don't want to stop streaming. The reason I stream is because I like to share things I enjoy with people I love to share them with. And you guys have carved out a very, very, very beautiful... Okay, Bob has been decorating the bushes. Let's catch up to Bob. Bob, you're going too hard, man. You're going too hard with these bushes, boy.
All kinds of happy little grassy areas.
Fine, I'll make the happy little grassy areas, Bob.
Super way.
You're going really hard, man.
Kind of little bushes. Work in layers here though.
What? Layers.
Dark areas.
All right, we will. So yeah, long story short,
That's the only thing.
I know many of you have busy lives. And that's why oftentimes you can't make it to the stream, and that's okay. Other times, maybe you just don't want to tune in. And honestly, that's perfectly fine. I don't want anyone to ever feel like they have to tune in. I'd rather you straight up do not tune in, whether you, instead of you... If you have a choice between tuning in because you want to or tuning in because you feel like you have to... Sorry, if you have a choice between not tuning in or tuning in because you feel like you have to, I'd rather you not tune in. Because I really don't want anyone to ever feel like they have to be here. Anyone who's here, I want it to feel like they choose to be here because it's it's an enjoyable place to be. Wouldn't you like to be the place where everybody knows your face, or something like that? I need to watch my shows.
Right back here.
Now, long story short,
Here's a bush.
I've been very tired lately. So I'm not exactly sure if I've been able to give you guys the energy and time you deserve. So I'm sorry if I haven't. If any of the streams lately have felt a little phoned in.
Canvas.
I know sometimes my streams just consist of me turning on the camera and playing with my friends. And I'm always worried about those kinds of streams because even though I know I have a great time with my friends, obviously the stream isn't about me or my friends. It's never been about me or my friends. And a lot of streams on the internet are about the people. They're about the people and their friends. But I've never really wanted my stream to be about me exactly. And that might feel a little weird.
You can see them.
But
You can distinguish
I don't know.
how they're made.
The reason I stream is because I can interact with people. If I didn't want to stream, I'd just do YouTube. Because I have learned, and listen, I barely do any YouTube in the 3.5 years. No, in the 3 almost and a half years that I've been doing content creation. I've barely done YouTube because, man, is editing time consuming. But I'll be real with you, I've learned a lot about how to actually pop off on YouTube. And I've had a few videos that actually go pretty hard in terms of views and reach. But I've realized that I don't really do internet for the clout, or else I would have stopped streaming a long time ago. If I did internet for the clout, I really would have stopped streaming a while ago for the simple fact that live streaming is not the way to get famous. Unless you get like pretty lucky, live streaming is not the way to get famous unless you're like exceedingly good at something. Unless you're like in a very low percentage of people who are like really good at something, like I don't know, you're a professional gamer, you're like a Call of Duty ranked master, whatever, I don't know. Like unless you're like in the top percent of something that you live stream, it's very hard to get famous only via live streaming because it's such a short lasting content form. There, like if you want exposure, you want content that lasts a long time on the internet, and YouTube is the best way for that. And honestly, one of the reasons I am not really focusing on YouTube too much as of late is because I'm a little disappointed with the current state of not YouTube, but like the internet. Because I feel like the internet is currently about short form content. I feel like everything. I uninstalled Twitter like completely the other day because I'm really bad at social media. And the only reason I was ever like kind of using it was for lurking. And I don't really want to lurk on the internet if I don't have to. I do enjoy memes and shit. I do love sending my friends memes. But if I'm just on the internet because I want like dopamine, I've really stopped that as of late. Listen, the cow has gone through a few iterations. Sometimes I've done the spinning pig. Sometimes it's me up there doing a little weird emote gif. But the cow is, I don't know, really what kind of just no one's ever complained about. Why didn't we get this artistic work from you last night? Madison, I wasn't going to sit there and draw for an hour, okay? And either way, this artistic work is like 85% Bob Ross. Bob is really putting in all the effort into this. Oh, he's making a rock. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. How am I doing? How? No, not this brush. The other brush. Bob, how you doing this? Baby mountains? Excuse me? Okay, this is a huge rock. Let's do something to it. Do something to this rock, make it better. Nope, not that. Does this look like a rock? Because it doesn't feel like a rock. If it looks like a rock, fine and dandy. It doesn't particularly feel like one. Maybe I'm wrong about rocks. Maybe I always have been. But, maybe... You know what? Maybe I should just shut up. Maybe I should just shut up and trust Bob. Trust the process. Trust the process. Oh, Bob is pulling some stuff, man. Some forbidden nonsense. How is he doing this? How does he do this? I invited you guys at the start of the stream. I was like, listen, feel free to follow along. I really kind of low-key doubt anyone has followed along at all. Because it's a lot funner to just like point and laugh at my following along. I understand. I respect that. But I'm really doing my best. I'm doing what Bob would have wanted, and that is my absolute best.
Back into our color.
Bob would have wanted this, okay?
And let's
I need the titanium white.
to
I need the white. Come on.
right around here.
How does he make this look like a embankment? Bob, you're really doing some nonsense. He keeps it horizontal, doesn't it?
On this instructional videotape, we have numerous other tapes by myself and a lot of other fantastic painters in
How does he do this?
every medium you can think of. If you'd like
I'm redesigning this embankment right now.
a lot of the tapes that we have, drop me a line. We'll be glad to
Did he say oh, a line? Oh my god, for some reason I thought he said drop me a like. And I got this feeling in my bones. I thought Bob Ross said drop me a like and I was gonna lose it.
just some sticks and some twigs.
I was gonna lose it. If this man says like and subscribe, I'm jumping out of my bones.
Wherever you want them.
I don't know. Oh, sorry. I was talking about myself and how I feel on the internet. I don't know, man.
We can go under this
I've kind of recently,
dirt.
not really recently. I don't know how many of you have decided. I can't speak, guys.
Basically,
This is what you do to me. Bob really is goated. Dude's absolutely cracked.
like so.
Dude is absolutely cracked. I don't know how many of you have noticed that I don't particularly do YouTube. I am not really consistent with anything except the VODs. VODs are the most consistent thing I've become. Because, I don't know, I've low-key decided for a long time that I'm just kind of streaming because I enjoy sharing things with you guys. Honestly, the real reason I'm streaming is because of you guys. I kind of stopped wanting to stream for not for myself, but for clout and bigness a while ago. Because I was gonna burn out.
It's thin.
If you try to live stream to become famous, you're gonna burn out. You're gonna really burn out. It's really hard to get famous just purely on Twitch. And you're like, oh, just compliment it with YouTube if you want to get big. And sure, getting big would mean having a bigger community to be able to share things with, but it also means it's less personal. And I kind of
Thin.
really enjoy that aspect. That's the part of sharing the things I love with the people I love to share them with that I kind of really enjoy.
Low, then it's probably not thin enough.
I don't know what I'm doing with the back and bang. Guys, this might be a shock to you, but I'm not sure what I'm doing here.
See, we've got an old
I'm not really sure what I'm doing.
It's always old sticks in the woods. And it adds little
I'm doing my best. Sometimes I'm not sure if that's enough, Bob.
But I have the line
You know what? Let's just add more yellow. I think that'll be the solution.
to paint
Just add like more yellow. Or more green ochre yellow.
important part of the painting. Then the paint, once again, tells consistency of ink. Load the brush full.
I hope you guys are listening to what he's saying. Dude's dropping facts.
Sign our painting. Just
What? You're gonna sign it? I'm not done, Bob! I'm not done! Ah!
and this
Bob, why?
will flow.
It's fine. Okay, finishing touches. Finishing touches, go. Now, right this moment. Right this moment. You thought this... Oh, no, Bob, don't do this to me. You can't do this to me, Bob. No!
It's very
No!
rewarding. And I look forward to painting with you again on the other
I'm
instructional
almost done. I'm almost done, Bob. Please, don't off. Ah!
God bless.
It's over. That's it. It's done. Can't keep doing. Dan, you're really good at talking to yourself. This one's gonna be interesting if any of you decide to watch it when I put it up, because at the start of the stream I was talking a lot about how I started, like when I was a kid, how I grew up like watching content creators, how I grew up like really isolated. I didn't really play games with other people because I was like only child like thing. And then eventually when I got a computer, I like actually played with other people across the internet for the first time ever, and it blew my mind because I actually felt like what it felt to just, I don't know, have friends, I guess you could say. But not friends. I'm not saying that in the depressing way. I guess I'm saying this in the... Okay, yeah. I think we can tune you down for now. And just... This is the part of the stream where we sit back and enjoy this absolute masterpiece that I've created here. Listen, I don't know about you guys, but I've kind of popped off. Sure, there's a little bit of questionable content to be had here. There's something to be discussed about this piece, if we could call it this piece of mine. Let us zoom in here so that we can really appreciate the craftsmanship, okay? Like, say whatever you want about me, but Bob Ross is a genius. Man's an artist. Man's an artist. Dude, truly, I want you to know right this moment, I don't draw. I don't draw. You can listen, I was playing Gartic Phone last night with Madison and the crew, and I don't draw. I really don't draw. My thing is math. I'm good at math. I'm good at numbers. I'm good at that kind of situation. And I'm not a huge fan of it either, but I'm good at programming. Like, programming is my thing. Coding and looking at code and designing lines of code. Not like art is not my thing. I've done this before with my girlfriend. We haven't done it in a long time. But one of my favorite like date nights with my girlfriend is just like both watching the same Bob Ross episode and like trying to follow along as we go. I'll have you know, like, this is an absolute disaster. Look at this thing. And yet, saying that it's a disaster, you look at it and you can really see what's going on here. You can tell that, hey, those little squiggly lines in the sky, those are clouds. They're really ugly. But I like them. They're nice. Nice. I like, you can tell there's like a forest going on here. You can see there's like a river or something. I can't watch a Bob Ross episode with my girlfriend. I'd probably fall. Dude, man invented ASMR. He's absolutely correct. Listen, the real reason I wanted to do this stream today, I was really struggling. I'll be real with you guys. Like, let me actually be real. I love to say that phrase, but let me actually be real. Let me be super real with you. I'm gonna like lay it down, guys. Lately, it's been a little bit of a struggle to stream, not because I don't enjoy it. The actual streaming, this makes me really happy, but it's been a big struggle because I've not really been sure if I have like I don't know how to, I really don't know how to phrase this, because I enjoy streaming and I like what I'm doing, but I've just been so busy lately that I feel like all the things I've been doing, I haven't really been dedicating my full mind to, in the sense that I'm dedicating the energy that I need to do things. But when it comes to streaming, I love to be myself. I love to share things with you guys. I love to have a general idea of what I'm going to do beforehand. And lately, I've kind of been burnt out on video games, which I hate to say because I love to play games. But right now I'm at a point in my life where I'm 25. I turned 26 in 2 months. I am in my final year of college. I am studying a vocation that I enjoy, but it's like the specific vocation of video game designer is a very competitive and hard to get into market, and that is not technically what I consider that I study. I consider myself more of a programming student than I do a video game student, in all honesty, because I did take basically 6 years of computer and software engineering to then eventually just have it all convalidate into one bachelor's degree about video game design with a major in programming. So it's a shame that title wise my education is being like boiled down to major in programming, but that's not the point. Point is, I'm at a point in my life where I'm working, where I'm studying, where I am participating in a fulfilling like community, which is like my church activities. I am really happy every time I go to church. Every time I spend time with my church community, it makes me very happy. That's an important aspect of my life. So it's not like I can tune that out. And I have like a lot of you, I've never really talked about this that much, but I'm actually really involved in my church community. I've got responsibilities up in there. So I'm balancing my community life. I'm balancing my academic life. I'm balancing my professional life because I'm a tutor and I'm also looking for future job prospects. I'm balancing my love life because I want to spend time with my girlfriend, pay attention to her, especially because she graduates this semester. She moves to Florida in the summer, and once I graduate, well, ideally, I get to be together with her as well. So the love life, that's the thing. Social life, my friends, I barely get to spend time with them. I don't really go out that much, but when I do, I try not to say no to them even though it feels like I say no to them a lot because we're becoming adults. We're not going to be able to. Yeah, exactly. Life is really speeding up, and I'm really sad, and I'm really excited in a lot of ways. I'm excited because once I actually like finish college and start working, I'm gonna enter a phase of my life where I may marry the love of my life, where I may actually become an independent adult, and I can focus on the things I like. And that makes me want to believe that, hey, if I'm an independent adult and I don't have to focus on college, but I do have to focus on my romantic life and my professional life, then maybe I'll have more time, ideally, for my hobby life, which is you guys. You guys are my social life in a way of speaking. You guys are not you guys aren't my passion project, but you guys have become a part of what is my passion project, which is not a passion project, of my hobby passion. I don't know how to call this words. Long story short, I do this because I enjoy it. I really enjoy talking to you guys. I really enjoy just sharing silly moments with you. And I think my favorite part of streaming in general is actually just making you guys laugh, making you guys happy, because life sucks balls. Okay, no, it doesn't. Life is hard. That's the word. Life is very hard, and there's a lot of shitty people out there that really have zero consideration of others. And I've always hated that. I've always had like a lot of, and I hate saying this. I hate talking about myself because it feels like really narcissistic. But I have a lot of love to give. I don't know. I've always been a very tender person. I've never really been too aggressive. I've been very excited and energetic, but never really aggressive. I'm not really an aggressive person, and it always breaks my heart. And let me save. I haven't saved this at all, actually. There you go. It's saved. We're not gonna lose our masterpiece. I have a lot of love to give, so I like to see people happy. I really don't like to see people sad or mad or just like suffering in general. And the internet's a pretty shitty place. There's a lot of bad people, bad places, and I've been very disappointed with the internet lately. I don't know if it's just me becoming hyper focused and hyper conscious of my like actual internet consumption, but I've been very disappointed in the fact that most of the internet is just like constant. Okay, most content nowadays just wants you to engage in some way, shape, or form. It really just wants you to be angry or be sad or leave a like or leave a comment, or like most content really just wants to fucking monetize you in any way, shape, or form. Facebook comments, leave a comment. They just post like the angriest, most shittiest, stupidest video ever because they know people are gonna comment and have takes over it, when all they want are those comments so that it can push the video, they can get more views, and they can just get monetized. I've been really disappointed with the fact that the internet is just like vying for your attention to just milk the monetization out of you. How can we get this video more reach? How can we get more comments on this video? How can we get more likes? Remember to like and subscribe, guys. I dare you right now. I will pay you $10 if you can find a clip of me unironically saying, remember to follow, remember to subscribe, or whatever, or feel free to use your Prime, like in the past year, freaking in the past year. When I started streaming, and anytime anyone spoke in chat, it was like, oh, I would engage, and then I was like, hey, like, if you enjoy, feel free to follow. But it always felt a little stilted. Every time I said it, I always felt bad about it. What I do tell you, what have I told you? Every single time any of you subscribes, I always tell you, you don't have to do this. Thank you. I've always thanked you guys. I always try to thank you guys. And if you've ever subscribed and I haven't thanked you, really forgive me. Because the fact that you're like spending any amount of money on me is insane. No, that's like, it's why. It's why. Not that I don't need it. We all need money. As much as I hate to say that, I really hate saying that I need money, but it is what it is. That's always been that's the one thing I've never really gotten the grasp of. The one thing I do that reminds people to subscribe or something is my YouTube outro thumbnail. The outro thumbnail, that's like the one thing where I have like subscribe for more. That's it. I've never liked saying like and subscribe. I've always hated it. Follow for more content. kind of don't care. I've never been able to care about that. And maybe I'm just like I'm not burnt out on streaming. But my schedule has been very hectic lately, and sometimes I don't have time to stream. That's been kind of what's been bugging me lately.
Dan needs money. Here.
Damn, with those, I wasn't sure I was gonna eat this month, but with those 89 bits truly coming in clutch. Seriously, freaking bozo. Thank you for doing this, you silly man. I know you're being silly, so thanks for being silly. That's what I will always appreciate from you guys. Just being yourselves, being silly. You're completely correct. I kind of didn't read out loud what you said previously, but I read a comment that you put and you said, it's too bad a lot of us are going to come and go. It's too bad a lot of us are going to come and go, even though we're part of the community, but life moves on like that. The one person that has really stuck into my mind that came and went, though, the one, I don't like to consider actual content came and went, because he still like checks in from time to time on Discord. He posts like the occasional one line of dialogue, and it shows that he still thinks of us from time to time, and that's beautiful. But the one person that really sticks out in my mind that came to this community, like really made their presence known and then went and disappeared, that I don't always, but I really occasionally think about, is Kit Kat. Kit Kat Fox is like the main instance of came and went. That really makes me like sad. Yeah, Kit Kat. You know exactly who I was talking about. Kit Kat. I don't even know if they're okay, because the way they disappeared was really depressing. They like ran away from their house with a boyfriend or something. I can't even remember. I don't know if you remember, but they posted something about that on Discord. They made there are like 3 Kit Kats on the Discord server that I've not wanted to kick. I don't even know if they're still there. Maybe I did kick them. I really hope I didn't, because it's just so sad. It's so sad that it happens, but at the same time, it's literally life. And it's happened to Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, whoever the hell you want to name as a content creator. There's a lot of those people I grew up with. I watched a lot of Markiplier videos. I lived for his freaking FNAF content, and then eventually I just stopped watching him. I haven't watched Markiplier in years. Game Theory, I used to like religiously watch it, and then like it was the occasional Game Theory, that kind of thing. And even Markiplier, even like PewDiePie, the biggest content creators on the freaking planet, even they have had like millions of subscribers that have just like stopped watching over the years. Like, doesn't matter how funny you are, doesn't matter how charismatic you are. Some people, some viewers, some like content consumers change. No, I mean, hopefully they all change. Hopefully they all grow. Because if you're not changing and growing as a person, then I hope you're damn perfect. That's all I'm gonna say, because change is a part of life. It's scary and it's terrifying. But now, all this to say, like the real meat and bones of this stream I wanted to get to was that I've been incredibly busy with life. My life has been speeding up a lot, and I don't think I'm going to, okay, no, I didn't want to say this, but I know I don't have the same amount of time for streaming that I used to have, but I've not wanted to touch the schedule. Before, I used to change the schedule a lot. We used to stream, the first time I started streaming, I think we streamed 4 days a week, because it was when most time I had. And then we eventually like changed those days a week. And then eventually I had to drop the 4th day, and now we reduced to 3 days a week. And I've not wanted to touch the schedule ever since. I've not wanted to reduce the schedule from 3 days a week, because I know a lot of the time, like, people change and move on and drift away. It happens. But I don't want to accelerate the process, because I know for a fact that if I reduce the days I stream, if I reduce the amount of like time I spend with you guys, that means we're going to start falling out of touch. Not because you want to fall out of touch or why I want to fall, but the less time like I take up how do I say this? The less time like we think of each other, the more time we're going to think about other things, and we're going to become an afterthought. And I don't want it to seem that harsh or cruel, because I think about you guys off stream. Like there's sometimes where I'm reminded, like I've sent memes. I don't really send that much to the Discord, but I've sent memes to the Discord that specifically remind me of one of you. I'm like, oh, this is a cultist thing to say, or oh man, truly would have loved this. Like you guys really just pop in and out of my mind, whether I'm on a 2-week vacation from streaming or not. Like sometimes I'm just minding my own business, and streaming is the last furthest thing from my mind. And you know what? I guess we should probably change over. Give me a second. Here we go. This is more like it. Get this out of here. Give me a second. Give me a second. Where are we going? Here? Yeah, there. Change that. Let's fix the cow. Nope, not you. The cow. The cow. The cow. The cow. The cow. Yeah, there we go. The cow has been adjusted accordingly. No, but in all seriousness, what was I getting to? Well, I don't have the same amount of time that I used to, and I hope, and one day I hope I do have more time, because it's unfair. It's unfair to assume that we're always going to have less and less time. That's not true. That's objectively, I don't believe that. Because, let me see, make sure you actually listen to the audio. Okay, yeah. Man, you remember when I tuned into like every stream and stayed there for every... What the moment I remember like the most from you is not the time you got everyone together to bombard me with bits. That was insane. One of the moments I remember the most was me streaming Stardew Valley with Bay, and you just like freaking spamming the bits like for the whole, not the whole time, but like 10 minutes of bits or more. I remember when you just like donated $10 in bits over the length of a Stardew Valley stream. I felt like I was being tortured. I felt like I was being waterboarded, not in a bad way, but it really, as someone with ADHD, every time those freaking bits things came up, and those are good memories. We're right now we're being nostalgic. Right now, like nostalgia is such a sad emotion. It really gets to you, but it's not a bad emotion to have, because those are fond memories I have. It's just sad to know and actively realize that we don't have the amount of time to spend, not only with each other, just like period, just amount of time. Seeing as how life goes on, and if we want to lead how do I best put this? If you... The only way I could see someone having an immense amount of time to just play video games or such is if, like, I don't know, you're not working. Or you have, like, a, I don't know, very simple job or a very short job or a high-earning short job. I don't know, like, to be able to spend a lot of time playing games or playing with friends or doing things you enjoy means you have some sort of, like, passive freaking income. We live in a world where you have to pay for everything. So I have to study because I want to work a job I like, sure. But mainly I study because I need to work, because I need to earn money. That's it. That's the main reason we study. Like, we do not live in the reality. One day we will live in a world, not this world. Hear my words carefully. One day we will live in a world where we will be able to dedicate the time we want to the things we want to do. But that's not going to happen in this world. Not in this world. And that's a conversation for another day. But in this world, we are never going to have the exact precise amount of time that we want to do the exact precise things we want to do, because we need to work, because we need to spend time with loved ones, because we need to eat, because we need to sleep, because we need to sometimes just do things we don't want to do. Hey, you're picking up what I'm putting down. But yeah, that's an entire conversation in and of itself. But I'm glad you've got the same thought process. But that doesn't mean I kind of like just low-key want to give up and be dreadful and accept that this world sucks. Because that's kind of why I'm still streaming. I'm still streaming because Dad Hugs has actively expressed like the joy I cause him. Because I've actively seen the laughs I cause you. Because you have proven to me time and time again that I have made your life better, in even by at least a modicum, in some way, shape, or form. And that's kind of just like what I've always wanted to do. At first, when I started YouTube, I like pumped out videos constantly, like weekly, because I wanted to become bigger, because I wanted to grow, because like I wanted to do YouTube for a living, whatever. But I eventually realized that people who do the vast majority of people that do YouTube for a living are really shitty people. And okay, I'm not gonna say really shitty people, but like the vast majority of people who do YouTube for a living are either really insufferable or the way, like, I don't know, man. I've seen what content creation can do to people, and at one point, I don't know when it was, I can't tell you, but at one point I decided that I do not want to become like the 90% of content creators across the internet. I don't know if you know I don't know if you use Facebook, if you use Instagram, if you use whatever. I don't know if you've noticed. Most content is designed to make you angry, or designed to make you sad, or it's most content is just made to designed to get a reaction out of you, the easiest reaction out of you possible, and because they just want you to comment. Most content creation just wants you to react in some way, shape, or form, so that you boost the content, so that they get more views, so that at the end of the day they just get more money. And I've seen that content machine, and I just really don't want to be a part of it. And if I ever somehow make it on YouTube, I pray to God that it's because I just kept doing what I'm doing. And what I'm doing right now is posting like one video a year on my main channel. So man, you have no idea how you changed my life when I first found your channel. I was kind of in a depressed state, and I didn't know what to do with my life. Tuning into your streams changed that a lot. And then my girlfriend came along, and has been for the past 2 years. That's beautiful, man. I'm going on 4.5 years with my girlfriend, and it's beautiful. And she's definitely the woman I desire to marry one day. And the only advice I can give a lot of romantic advice, but the only advice I'm going to give you right now is just, I don't know, there's so much I could say. What like one tidbit of advice, romantically speaking, just do your best. Oh, that's so dumb. No, not that. That's not what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say is, if there's ever anything that bothers you about your girlfriend, if there's ever anything that like she does that makes you sad, or if there's ever anything that, hey, listen, just listen to me. Listen to the words I'm saying right now. As of now, what I said from before, forget it. But what I'm saying, if there's anything that ever bothers you about your girlfriend, if there's anything she ever does that bothers you, doesn't sit right with you, or if there is anything in the opposite direction that you love about her, if there's anything ever that makes you happy about her, that makes you feel warm and fuzzy about her, tell her these things. Communicate these things. Communicate. If I had one piece of advice, is to practice your communication, improve your communication, become a better communicator. And I'm not saying tell her everything, no. There are things we need to learn how to say things, and some things we shouldn't say because they're very difficult to express. But practice your communication. The best, if there was one skill, one foundation for relationships, it's communication. Like friendships, family relationships, erotic relationships, like love with a romantic partner. Communication is key. Not everyone is great at communicating. The better you are at communicating, the better your relationships will be. Not just your girlfriend, your relationship with your parents, relationship with your siblings, relationship with your friends. Like, improve your communication. Don't be afraid to say the things you love about a person. Don't be afraid to have the difficult conversations. Don't be afraid to sit down and say, hey, can we talk about something that's bothering me? Don't be afraid. Those conversations are always tough, and they're always draining, but learn to have them. If you get your relationship to the point where you can have the difficult conversations, even if they're draining, if they're tiresome, if they really make you feel icky and sad, if you get to the point where you can have those conversations and not avoid them and put them off, then your relationship is going to be in a much better place than like 60 or 70% of relationships out there, like in the world, I'd say. Don't ask me where I got those statistics. I kind of just like pull them out of my ass, but from my heart. No, I pull them out of my heart, what I feel like. we didn't have jobs and always just stayed inside our rooms together. So everything that will never be said has already been said. But now we drive and have jobs, so it's different. And that's nice. If you can be comfortable together, even if you're not doing the same thing, because don't always feel like you have to do the same thing. Sometimes some relationships can struggle because partners don't have the same hobbies. If you have the same hobbies, awesome. But if you don't have the same hobbies, sometimes you feel like pressured to just do what your partner does. But if you have different hobbies and you can just be in the same room together, or just like learn to give yourself space, that's awesome. Because partners don't always have to be together. You don't always have to be with your partner doing the same thing or in the same room even. If you guys can like really appreciate the time you spend together and then also spend time doing other things apart, like that's beautiful. That's really nice. I'm glad. Seems like you guys have a beautiful relationship. I'm very happy for you, truly. I'm truly happy for you. No, seriously, that's awesome. But I'll be with you. Something I've considered doing lately. I've had very little time. Between all the things I'm balancing in life, I've had a little bit, only like very little time to spend on stream, and I've not wanted to touch the schedule. And I don't think I'm gonna reduce the schedule any further. But one thing I am considering is like making the time I spend streaming a lot more flexible. Like I might not keep streaming. Oh shit! The show started. I've never played Fallout. That's one of the series I've never gotten into. Thanks to you guys, I've gotten into Resident Evil, and I've gotten into freaking like series that I've never even like considered touching because I didn't grow up with them. But maybe one day I'll be able to get into Fallout, and maybe the show will be the way I do it. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm glad you watched it, my man. I hope it was good. I hope you enjoyed it, and it's awesome that you got to watch it with your dad. That's awesome family bonding. I don't share hobbies with my parents. The only hobby I share with my mom, it's like our time at church. That's it. That's really the only hobby I could say I spend with her. I don't really have hobbies with my parents, so if any of you have hobbies with your parents, cherish them. That's awesome. It's really nice. I laugh every time I see the live stream notifications tab in Discord because whenever I look at it, the stream has to be canceled or something. Hey, listen, we were having a rough time the past few weeks, but to be fair, when has that ever been weird? Over the past 3 years, I can't believe it's been 3 years. Over the past 3 years, we have had a lot of streaming issues. I just still can't believe 2 of the years I spent streaming. Not the 4. That's what you get for not using your Prime subscription on me. That's the one subscription I always love asking for, the Prime sub, because it costs you nothing. It's like, Prime sub, baby. You get ads, fuck you. In all seriousness. What can I say? If you said anything interesting, say it again in 60 seconds. Cultist, the benefits of having money. Let me respond to this poor idiot. Poor idiot. I love to call it. Idiot is one of my favorite nouns or no, it's not a pronoun, it's a noun. And I never say it as an actual insult. I really don't like insulting people. I love saying like calling names, but I've never liked people getting insulted over them. Yeah, as a chronically online person, Turbo definitely seems the way to go. I'm not that chronically online when it comes to Twitch. I wish I were more active on Twitch. Turbo is like, I don't know, you pay like a Twitch subscription that, like, not a specific sub to me or something. Like, Twitch Turbo is, I don't know, Cultist, explain what Turbo is. I don't know what it is. Turbo just lets you not get ads anywhere. Yeah, it's like you subscribe to Twitch itself, and you never get ads anywhere, period. Like, that's Turbo. Which if you use Twitch a lot, that's awesome. But if you're like me and you barely even have time to freaking go live, let alone watch people, and that always makes me sad, because I've always wanted to support the people that support me. I've always wanted to. I know you've tried to do content creation from time to time. I've really wanted to be able to support you. I've wanted to support like Dad Hugs every time he goes live. I've wanted to support Cheshire even though we are on different time zones. It always makes me so sad that I don't have the time to do it. And sometimes it's not even thanks, Nightbot. So Nightbot does. Listen, I set up Nightbot so that he tells people to follow and subscribe on YouTube or like get on Discord because I hate saying it. I hate saying it. That's what. Why do you think and I don't? And what timer do you think I have Nightbot on? Do you think I have him on a 10-minute timer, 20-minute timer, 30-minute? No, I have Nightbot on like a 35-minute timer, 40-minute timer, and 45-minute timer. That's the timer. He said he reminds people to like follow 3 times a stream, maybe twice. That's it. Because I hate saying it. I really hate saying it. Don't worry about that, Dan. I only stream to get people's reactions when I play DBD. Honestly, the thing is, technology has invalidated the need for even that. Oh, well, actually, you want the live reaction, and that's fine. That's what live streaming is for. But NVIDIA, AMD Relive, like the way you can just like clip gameplay without even like being constantly recording is insane. Like streaming is becoming more and more of a thing of the past. The only main thing for streaming, which is the most important thing, is the interaction. The fact that I can speak to you and have you listen and respond and I can read you. That's really like the reason for streaming. Long story short, this point of this stream, what I really wanted to get around to lately was my life is speeding up. I have very little time for squandering. And time spent with you guys is always time well spent. But sadly, when it comes to work and college and like love life and these things, sometimes I don't have the time to spend with you guys. But I've been really struggling with what I visualize the future of the stream lately because you guys, I cannot tell you the ideas I've had. I've had so many ideas that I've not vocalized because I've never gotten to act upon them. And because I don't want to vocalize things to get your hopes up and then have you notice, oh, like he just doesn't. Because there have been several ideas that I've vocalized to you guys that I've not been able to do. And so I just stopped vocalizing them if I actively believe I'm not going to get around to doing them. You have no idea how many things over these past 3 years I've wanted to do that I never really got around to doing. And that makes me sad. But at the same time, it makes me happy that I haven't given up. Because I've wanted... listen, I'm having a great time right now with what we're doing right here. Sometimes I've just wanted to start a freaking late night podcast. I'm telling you right now, a late night podcast. That dude doesn't stay up late. Oh, no, but in all seriousness, like sometimes I've wanted to do a podcast, not in the sense that, oh, we're starting a podcast, listen in. No, like literally just making some streams where it's just you talking about certain topics. I've wanted to make like podcast streams. I've wanted to make more community nights. I've wanted to make more movie nights, and I've wanted to make like compilations, and I actually want to be able to give you guys YouTube videos that are funny and silly. And David has mentioned this before, and I've even pondered it before. Like Fiverr is an excellent place to find people who will edit your content for cheap. And not just cheap, like, but for affordable and reasonable prices. I said cheap, but reasonable prices. And I've considered just like dropping the occasional $20 just to get you guys like a funny compilation of a stream, like some of our VODs. Because that's the content I want to make. Fun content. Enriching content. I do not ever, and David can attest to this, ever want to be the fucking pog face red circle idiot. God, I cannot express my disdain. Ugh, I feel icky just mentioning it. Oh man, I never want to become the dude that just like, oh, look at what happened, click here. Oh dude, what? Holy shit. That's a cool like emote. Just pointing at you. Anyways, whatever. I don't know what I just... Ignore me. Ignore me. Podcast is one of the content creation things I've actually considered doing. Podcast is one of the content creation things that almost anyone can do. Almost anyone can do. Because as long as you have something to talk about, someone's gonna listen. Someone is gonna listen to what you got to say. I'm on my phone, so I can't do anything about the ad, but it's okay as long as it lets Dan put food on the table 50. I hate ads. Sometimes it makes me sad that I became an affiliate because I would have rather not made any money and just have you guys never seen a single ad ever. But at the same time, it makes me very happy that I became an affiliate because I was able to give you guys silly emotes that you like. And I know I don't have the best emotes. Some of them are awesome. Some of the best emotes I have are the ones you guys have made yourselves. But what is your opinion on not being able to comb that certain pot? What are you referring to this? What are you referring to? I wash my head like every other day because I have very silky hair. Listen, that's just because of the headset mainly, and then the bean shows up. Professional yapping. Yep, that's podcasting, all right. Listen, I've never really had an issue with that part because it's the back. It's the back of the head, and the back of the head I can like let do whatever it wants. That's what causes me peace. I'm like, listen, and my girlfriend loves it actually. My girlfriend is a huge fan of whenever like I have the little. For some reason, when I let my hair really long, sometimes I get like some one strand that just looks like an antenna or something, and that makes me happy. So I'm like, you know, it just does whatever it wants. The part that really gets me, though, the front, the business end of the hair. Ah, God, I really. When I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I really did not like care or think about my appearance. And I'm ashamed of that because your appearance is an important thing to maintain. It is not the most important, and I'm not talking to become a narcissist. I'm just saying it's important to have yourself look the way you like to look, because you should be happy with yourself. You deserve to be happy with yourself. You deserve to be happy with the way you look, the way you are, the way you dress, the way you like. I'm a guy who values comfort. I would rather be comfortable than look stylish. If I can have both, God, hell, sure, yes, please. But I value comfort over everything. But my hairstyle, I've realized that I'm a handsome guy. I that's super narcissistic to say, but I've realized that if I take care of myself, I look handsome, and that makes me happy. That makes me happy. And I've always liked to be careful not to let it go to my head, because I'm no fucking Chris Hemsworth. I'm no Henry Cavill. I'm just a handsome guy. That's it. I consider myself a handsome guy. That's about it. I don't consider. Thanks, truly. I respect that from one heterosexual to another. No, but in all seriousness, and it makes me happy to feel the way that I feel about myself, and I wish everyone would feel that way too. That's why I say it's important to take care of your appearance, not for other people. Fuck other people. But it is an important way. It is important if you're looking for a girlfriend or a boyfriend, I guess. So yeah, in that case, you need to take care of your appearance. But other than that, it is important because you deserve to feel happy with yourself. Chris Hemsworth is the top of the scale. Listen, Chris Hemsworth is he's good looking. He's not the top of my scale. Like I'm a straight guy, but I'm gonna tell you right now, like I prefer Henry Cavill over Chris Hemsworth. If I had to choose, if I had to make a choice, Henry Cavill beats Chris Hemsworth in my book. Pedro Pascal is an interesting like choice. He's a good-looking guy. He's like ruggedly. No, not ruggedly. He's like not even classically handsome. Pedro Pascal is just like, I think he's just a happy kind of handsome. He just looks like a happy guy, and he's just handsome. I don't know. Pedro Pascal is somewhere like in my middle of the scale, towards the high end, towards the high middle, towards the high end. What does that even make sense? I don't know. Anyways, long story short, it's okay. I'm 5'5", damn Puerto Rican James. Hey, I'm like 5'6". We're finally taller than someone, because David is like 5'9", and fucking Gabe is like 6'2" or something. Whatever. That's not the point. Point is, I've never really been bothered about my height actually. Technically, I could be shorter. I could be 5 feet. I could be 4'8". But I don't know. I've never really been too sad about my height. Maybe it's because like I'm 25, and as you get older, it does get easier to accept your appearance. It really does. Like I feel like naturally, it gets easier to accept your appearance as you get older than it is when you're younger. But I say this because I'm a pillar of elderly wisdom. I'm sorry. No, but in all seriousness, not only that, I don't know. I've never really had an issue with my height. Maybe I didn't get bullied over it, so maybe that's why I don't have an issue. But I don't know. If I ever had any advice to people about their appearances, it's just you can't control the way you feel. you can work towards regulating your emotions. You don't see tall old people around, Dan, so we're gonna be the remaining ones. What the hell? You've never made me think about that. No one's ever said that to my brain. Oh god, my grandpa just died at the ripe old age of 97, almost 98. And almost 97, and the dude was short as shit. So maybe you're onto something, damn. I don't like how I look without a beard, but I love my beard. Today I trimmed my beard. Usually I trim it to like the one. Dad's heading off to work, so I was saying goodbye. Maybe one day you'll get to meet Dad Neil and Mob Neil. No, that's not gonna. Listen, I tried. I tried to make a thing out of it, but Dad Neil doesn't sound bad. Dad Neil. What? I don't know what I'm talking about. I trimmed my beard today. Usually I trim it to number 1. I don't know how you guys say it in English. Me pasé la uno. I trimmed it number 1. Today I trimmed number 2, but usually I do a number 1 because I have like my own electric trimmer. And no, I know you're making it up, but you're not that wrong. Like I see more short old people than I do tall old people. At least here in Puerto Rico, I don't live in the States, so whatever. I know United Statesians tend to be taller than us by a margin. Anyways, I think you guys helped me. I think I kind of clicked tonight. Like, this stream did not go the direction I expected it to go. I was like, today's stream was supposed to be about me being super sad because I don't have as much time as I used to, and I was gonna try to find the way to say that I might end up making shorter streams because I don't want to give up streaming and I do not want to reduce the days I stream. But maybe it's because I've been trying to always make it about video games, and I don't necessarily want this stream to be about games, now that I think about it. Now that I think about it. What does this stream have to be about? Literally nothing. Remember what we've streamed in the past. Today we streamed Bob Ross. And in the past, we have streamed Fall Guys and Friday the 13th and Dead by Daylight, sure, video games. But what have we also streamed? Me, like, trying to participate in a game jam and failing. But hey, it was a learning experience. We've streamed me making a meme, making a masterpiece of art out of clip art that we just take from the internet. And Cultist was there for one of those times. I put a Furby in as per his request. Well, this stream has been about a lot of things, actually. And I'm just coming to the realization that it doesn't always have to be about video games. Too bad they're banned now, huh? Oh. Dude, I mean, Twitch is kind of a cesspool. This place kind of sucks. Okay, no. I'm being silly. But what I really mean to say is there's a lot of horny bastards on Twitch, and I think for what a lot of people use this platform, I think Pornhub should just like start a streaming service. Actually, don't they have like a streaming? You know, I'm not even gonna think about that. I feel like so many people watch Twitch for thirst traps. It makes me wonder why. Why? Dan, didn't we almost hit the hot tub stream goal that one time? I got everyone bombarded with donations. Kind of. Like, I think it was like for my first subathon ever. It was like a Halloween thing, I think, or a September thing. I did a subathon, and the last goal for was like a joke, a meme about hot tub stream, and you guys got pretty close. I remember, but not that close. You were a few things away, but you were pretty hard. You were pretty close. You were pretty close. And well, hey, no VODs at that moment, sadly. So that's another thing. I'm happy about the VODs. I'm not exactly happy about the quality of them because the way we built this PC, if I were to change anything, I'd just change two things: the CPU and the GPU. I'd interchange them. I'd have an NVIDIA GPU and an AMD CPU. That's what I would change. Even though my Intel CPU rocks, it fucking rocks. It rocks. It goes hard. But I would change those two things because for streaming, for content creation, NVIDIA does kind of go better. It does do better than AMD. At least when it comes to OBS. When it comes to using the software that I use, and the encoders in general, the NVIDIA's GPU tends to do much better for recording and live streaming than AMD does. For now, the image quality you're looking at live is my GPU, my AMD GPU, and this live quality that you're getting is less. It's actually lower quality than the recording quality because my recording encoder, I record as I live stream. I've done that for like the past half year, and I use my CPU to record while I use my GPU to live stream and also play video games. So if I were to change anything next time I ever build a PC or anything, or maybe if I upgrade, I'll get an NVIDIA. I mean, if I keep content creating, maybe I'll stop. Maybe this is the last stream. No, I'm joking. If I would ever stop content creating, which don't consider myself a content creator like at all, but I guess I am. I technically am. If I were to ever really definitively quit or take a long hiatus or anything, you guys would be. I would tell you. I would not drop off. If I ever drop off the face of the earth, assume I died. I guess. Maybe my girlfriend or David or someone would notify you via Discord. I would hope so. I've never really talked to him about that, but I hope someone just say, "Hey, Dan's dead," with a little bit more tact. I would assume, not just make a meme video about it, like a 30-second video. Hey everybody, Dan's dead. Thanks for tuning in. Bye. I'd hope it'd be a little bit better than that. But they finally find out what we did. I'd send you my 4070 Ti when upgrading, but I need to sell it for that money for the... Dude, I would kick your ass if you ever sent me the fucking 4070 Ti. For free, what the fuck? I would personally show up at your house and kick your ass. If you were like, oh yeah, I'd sell it to you, sure, but send it to me, I would kick your ass. Hell no, I don't deserve this kind of kindness. Fuck you. I really appreciate you guys. I really love having you guys here. The presence you have in my lives, sometimes it's small, sometimes it's actually massive, but it's always important. So I think the stream kind of low-key confirmed that I don't have to be afraid. I was a little afraid. I'll be real with you guys. As of late, I've been a little burnt out on games because I have a lot of things to do, and spending time doing something I enjoy sometimes feels bad because you feel like you should be doing the things you should do instead of the things you want to do. But when you actively have a lot of things to do, it makes sense. Sometimes you should just spend time enjoying what you want to do, but sometimes you do have to put what you want to do on hold because you have things you have to do. There's a balance to be made. It's not always about not giving yourself the time to enjoy things. Sometimes you need to prioritize what you need to do. And lately I've felt that way. Lately I feel like I need to prioritize some things in life. Life's advancing. Life's getting fast. But I'm not going to stop streaming. I'm not going to stop streaming. But the streams might not always be about video games from now on, now that I think about it. I'm going to continue playing games. Don't expect to tune in on Sunday and it's just going to be a podcast. But I'm not going to force myself. Because sometimes that is part of the burden I have before I start the stream. The stream becomes so much easier when I hit go, when I hit live, than before that. The hardest part of streaming is the moment before hitting live. Because there's a lot of overthinking, there's a lot of planning and pondering that goes on in terms of the content I want to give you guys. I look like a silly guy. I look like maybe I give off the impression that I don't really think about too many things, that I just like go with the flow. I'm such a silly guy. But I really don't do things if I didn't really give them thought. The things I do, it's because I've already considered them. I don't like doing things without thinking about them. I think about a lot of things. I'm a thinker. But I don't like burdening you with the weight of my decisions. I just like blessing you with the outcome of those choices. Wow, that was such a raw line. Holy shit, clip it and ship it. Goes so hard. No, I'm not gonna clip that. Very narcissistic of me. But what I was going to say is I appreciate you guys. And I know you're not able to be around often, truly, and I'm really happy you were here today. Makes me very happy. I hope you guys are doing good. David, Gabriel, you guys are awesome. Couldn't ask for better best friends. I know Gabe's not here right now, but I'm very happy you guys support me in my endeavors, even as silly as they may seem. I do wish I could support you guys in your endeavors, but I feel like your endeavors are mostly work. Your endeavors are studying to be a pilot, studying to be an entrepreneur. I don't know how I can support you with that. But I do like supporting your literary habits. I do like checking out the recommendations you give me, even if it takes me forever, because I really do not have a lot of time lately. God. I low-key thought we were just not going to be able to hang out this weekend, but now we're hanging out on Saturday night. That's going to be a long day. Because I am going to be to church in the morning on Sunday. I'm not checking out of church because I need to be there. I need to be there and do a few things, so it'll be fun. Dan, once you graduate, you planning on working in the mainland US or staying in PR? Originally, I would have loved to stay in Puerto Rico, and I still would like to stay here. But I am also excited about the prospect of moving to the US. Not any state in the US, but I am excited about moving to Florida. Not because Florida is awesome. It's all right. It looks all right. Looks a little chaotic, but it looks all right. Because I have family in Florida that I've never really been able to spend much time with. So I do hope that being closer to them means I'd be able to see them more often. Even if obviously it means I'm not going to be able to spend as much time with my friends, spend as much time with my family, or spend any time with them, basically, physically. Yeah, I'm going to be a Florida man. It is what it is. Hey, it might change. Just because I go to Florida like next year or something doesn't mean I'm going to be there for the rest of my life. Seeing as my girlfriend's going to be a civil engineer, seeing as how I'm going to be a programmer, it really would not surprise me if we end up bouncing around from state to state for a few years before settling down permanently. I've made it very clear that I don't want children for the first like at least 2 years of my marriage. I've tried to make that very clear. I'd like to have children one day. It's never really been a priority in my life, but I feel like I'd be a pretty good dad. So I've always had that as it'd be nice to be a dad someday. But I definitely just want to at least enjoy the adult life of being married with a person I love and not have to give up half of my personality. Okay, not half of my personality, but like give up what remains of my free time to raising children. So whenever I get married, I wouldn't be surprised if we bounce from state to state for maybe like 2 or 3 years. But my first impression is, hey, I'm gonna be a Florida man for at least 1 year. So we'll see how that goes. Can't wait to see you on the news driving a gator to the gas station. Gosh, not excited about the alligators. I personally want to travel the world once I'm set up. That'd be nice. The whole world is a big task, man. But traveling is something everyone should do at least once. Exposure to different cultures definitely makes you a better person. The average American does not travel outside of the US because they really don't have to. The US is massive, holy shit. But I feel like they should, because experiencing a different culture other than the US, I think would give a lot of people a lot of perspective. And not just the US, I'm talking about the US, but Puerto Ricans, Irishmen, Swedes, Spanish people, Mexicans, anyone travel outside of your country, and it's going to be a nice experience. I don't have much to say because I've only ever traveled to and from the US and a few like small islands, but it'll be fine. Let's put on some other music. Here we go. Zelda and chill, baby. Awesome. if this stream tonight has done anything, it's been confirmed that I'm not going to stop streaming. But do keep in mind that it's very possible that the streams may change. And they will continue to change. The streams have been changing since we started. Streams have been different for a long time. But I'm not going to stop streaming. I don't want to stop streaming. There will be moments where I will definitely probably have to take hiatuses. But I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do about providing you guys better content. And by better, I always want to provide better content. Doesn't mean I'm providing bad content, but I just always want to improve. If you always have a sense of a desire to improve, I think that's good and healthy. So we'll see. I'm going to see an experiment. Maybe we can start podcasting. Who knows? Maybe I'll start podcasting. The days of live streaming are over. The days of live podcasting have commenced. Welcome to the show. Ha 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 ha. No, but in all seriousness, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. I do not know. I was trying to visualize where I see this stream heading in the future of my content, and I kind of can't see it. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I do know that I want it to just be making people happy. That's it. Oh, truly, you're so nice. Hey, truly, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, truly. Hey, truly. Hey. Surprise Cultist hasn't redeemed compliment, please, but he doesn't need a compliment. He's a beautiful, beautiful boy. Considering my prospects, I'll likely keep on Colorado as planned, but I'd hope for somewhere warmer. Hey, yeah, actually, I've not had that conversation with you. I feel like you probably had that conversation with Samuel or something. But, hey, you visualize yourself living in Colorado? That's nice. That's really nice. I don't care where my friends end up as long as they end up happy. That is I don't care where any of you end up as long as you end up happy. That's what I care about. Doesn't matter what the content is as long as it's not hot tub streams. Listen, if one day I don't know. If I actually somehow end up making a living off YouTube or Twitch or whatever the hell, somehow, then maybe I will make some silly content for you guys. Maybe I will do a hot tub stream. Maybe. But like I said, I am really down to just like keep living. And if I can just see you guys as you're living, you don't have to tune in every single stream. You can just tune in every once in a while. You can just, hey, you don't even have to tune into the streams. You can just like be a part of the Discord and send a message every once in a while. That makes me happy, yet like you wouldn't believe. Seeing people still messaging in the Discord, sometimes I'm like sad because I'm like, wow, the Discord is very quiet. But then I'm very happy because there are a lot of Discords that won't shut the fuck up. And I'm not a chronically online guy. I'm not Moist Critical. I'm not PewDiePie. I really am not chronically online. That's not the guy. If you ever want to see me like grow really big to see me chronically online, I don't know. That might be the one way I'd become chronically online, but that really is not me. It really is not me. Anyways, every single state has an airport, and I have an endorsement already. Maybe I'll just professionally stalk you. Okay then. Bikini Dan would go crazy. Listen, I've been really slacking. I haven't been to the gym in a hot minute, but listen, if I were to do a hot tub stream, I need to look my best for the internet. Hey Nightbot, hey listen, remember to follow or not, or do. Look at that. Nightbot's follow message, I didn't even tell them to like, I even included the or not. I didn't even tell them, remember to follow, period. Nightbot's reminder could have been remember to follow, and that's it, no other sentence, full stop. But I followed it up with an or not. Imagine! Fucking Nightbot's follow reminder is follow or not. Truly, I will stalk you through one of those Twitter accounts that tracks planes. That's insane. All right. This was awesome. This made me happy. I was really worried. I was really worried because I was afraid that I might have to stop streaming at some point. But you know what? I know, I recognize. I'm happy because I'm at a point where I do recognize that I have certain talents. I can see some of my talents. I can identify some of my talents. And talents that are meant to be used and to be shared. Because I am a believer that if you do not use a talent that you have been gifted, you will lose it. And if I have a talent for making people happy or spreading joy or being silly or being charismatic or having people listen to what I say, whatever the hell, or singing, dude, I've always thought about how I can really incorporate singing into the content creation thing, but I've never really wanted to force it or anything, so that's why you don't see me singing that often. But anyways, long story short, this stream's gonna keep evolving. Always has. This stream has always been getting better, and it's going to continue to do so. Oh no, my ears are exposed. Oh no! But you know what? Like all good things, it is time for this stream to come to an end. This has been awesome. I have had such a wonderful time. David, what are you doing? What are you saying in my good, wholesome Christian chat? Thanks, guys, for being here. I do hope, yeah, the stream is ending. It is 9:30. I may or may not have to go to college tomorrow in the morning to give a tutoring. It's not really clear. There's a lot of things. I'm telling you, my schedule's been really whack. But according to my schedule, I do need to be at college tomorrow morning, but I'm not exactly sure if I actually have to be. So I'll figure it out tomorrow. Or actually, no, I have to figure it out now. I cannot figure it out tomorrow. I have to figure it out now. So for that reason and a few more, it's time to end it here. But I'm glad you're sad about it ending because that means you enjoyed it. And that means you should tune back in again for us to do this again. I'll see you guys on Sunday for some more silly shenanigans. I expect you to be live tomorrow playing Dead by Roblox. I've never played Roblox. I really don't see that happening ever. I don't know. Alright, thanks for being silly, you freaking bozos. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. My name is Loyal. I did my best to entertain you with my own brand of shenanigans, silliness and shenanigans. I can't speak. Drink your 3 meals a day, eat plenty of water, take care of yourselves, have a good night's sleep, and treat yourself, love yourself. You deserve it. I hope to see you guys on Sunday, and if you're not able to tune in at any point ever, don't ever feel bad about it. Don't ever kick yourselves in the shins over it. But do love yourselves. If you love yourself, then I'll be happy. And remember, we've got the Discord. We do things, so don't be afraid to just check in there every so often. But otherwise, that's it. Get some sleep. Get some rest. I shall see you guys around. Good night, everybody. Farewell. Don't let me catch your goes the night. Oh. Good night, silly guy. Peace.